Welcome back, Lelanders, to a new episode of Entropia content. Today I figured with no further ado, let's break down some of the official news from Mindark's page. I know I had mentioned talking about it before, but never really got around to it on the other shows. I had hoped that some other Entropians had checked into it, but I couldn't find anyone that actually knew what the hell was going on. So if anyone's wondering what I'm talking about, Mindark announced a while ago that Secures deal for the Unreal Engine 5. So I'm going to read the official details from the official page, and enough with saying official over and over again. Now we'll give a little bit updates on gaming news in general as well, and we'll try not to sweat the whole episode, but I've got so much to actually do, like news wise. I don't know how much time I'll actually have to play the game actively. Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to all my patrons that continued supporting the Entropia content for so long. I know Jim recently had to cancel his Patreon, so I'd just like to say thanks, Jim, for sticking along for as long as you did. I think you were one of the longest patrons I had, so I'll miss you, but I understand. I know a lot of rough times going around these days, and I haven't really been making much Entropia content, so I don't blame you for canceling. But I'll keep you on the shout out list for patrons. Yeah, Suki, Dan, Jim, Ray, and Travis. I think Jim was the one who was a big Entropia fan, so big shout out to Jim. He was #1 for, I think, over a year. So anyways, let's get back to the game. So yeah, not to freak out about losing a patron, but yeah, let's get on with the other news. Alright, so let's see. What has been new in Entropia as far as me? Let me check. Well, yeah, we got the shopkeeper pad. We never finished setting that up, so we'll have to do that maybe today if we have time. Let's check my stock stuff, how it's doing. Oh yeah, shop sales. Someone bought something on November 2nd. Appreciate that. So it's been about 21 days or 19 days since the last sale. So if anyone wants to help out, I got shops on FOMA and Camp Crunk. You can swing by. I even got like $1 items or one Project Entropia dollar items. So yeah, if you want to help out just a tiny bit, or if you want to help out more. I think the last sale we sold some blueprints. So yeah, I do got a lot of blueprints for sale, not just the cheesy ones. Some that are actually somewhat rare to get, that I get from my crafting runs. Alright, so that's all we got in share income, or shop income. That's 37 Project Entropia dollars. I'll try not to say the acronym for Project Entropia dollars, because it's like one of the worst words ever, especially to use on the internet. Alright, let's see, is everything else working right? Yeah, we got the sound going. That's good. Chat's working, alright. Now, if anyone's noticed, I trimmed my beard a little bit, so I have the mic a little bit lower, and I have to talk towards it again. We might try to figure out some better mic system, but yeah, it's like having the mic attached to my beard. When my beard is trimmed, it doesn't work so good because then it's too close to my mouth and get a little bit of interference. So for now, it's on my shirt. I gotta admit though, once I had the beard down to like here, it was the perfect mic holder. Multi-purpose. It's amazing what beards can do. Alright, let's look at the Entropia exchange, see what's been happening here. Or Ancient Greece shares, they're up to 24. Crystal Palace is up to 5. Oh yeah, and that's some of the other news I got. Let's see if we can find it. Everyone's probably heard it already, but in case anyone hasn't been up to date with Entropia news, they got some new shares they're launching. Let's see if I can find the post for that. Yeah, I noticed a little bit of drama in some of the Entropia Facebook groups. So we'll cover a little bit about that as well. I know we heard some accusations saying that, yeah, even Geronimo was saying back on the 18th, he just wanted to say sorry for all the drama lately, or thanks for not hating me. So I think what happened was is someone was accusing the admin of one of the Entropia pages, Geronimo Ronnie Last, of being like a scammer or something. But I found that really hard to believe because I know he's been like such a long time player and has had a great reputation, I think, the whole time. So I was kind of shocked to hear there were such accusations. I never really delved too deep into what it was all about because I figured it would get cleared up pretty quick. So I don't know if anyone wants to add the drama to the chat of what happened. You can let me know, but that's just what I've heard so far. So it's nice that whatever it was, I think what it was, not to like paraphrase exactly, but something about he was helping someone create a character in Entropia, and then their account got cleaned out or something after they had started using the character that was created for them. I could be wrong about that. Something sounded really weird with that right off the bat. Alright, so let's check out the market and let's see, like, did any of these other share things hold out? Let me see. How do I check that again? I can't remember. Oh, there we go. So there's 4,000 shares available to buy for the Crystal Palace station. I think that's people reselling them. Ancient Greece, I don't know, did they actually sell half of the ones that they had for sale? Looks like not quite yet. Unless these are resellers, but I doubt it. Or I think, yeah, it includes the resellers now, maybe. Let's see, how do we buy? Okay, so it says 26,000 are the ones that are still from the official source. And then we got the other new ones that are for sale for cheaper. Alright, so yeah, there's, whoa, 4,000 of those. Interesting. Alright, so let's see. Now that we got caught up on that news. Fuck, man, we're not even collecting any sweat here. What the fuck is going on? Now, if anyone's been wondering what's been up with me lately, I've just been busy as fucking hell. It's like, I started working, well, not full-time, but semi, like, a little bit more than part-time hours. My concussion symptoms were bad, or healed enough that I was able to go back to my old job, but still not full shifts. Like, usually working, like, I don't know, 4 days a week instead of, I guess, 3 to 4 days a week. Instead of, what is it, 5 or 6. So it's still close to half of what I used to do, but yeah, I got enough. Well, I shouldn't say it was going well. My fucking migraines came back like really bad from hearing all the loud machinery all the time. But it was enough to manage. Like I was getting, I don't know, moderate migraines. So it wasn't like super bad. Like, well, a few shifts, I shouldn't say a few, maybe 3 or 4 shifts. Migraines got so bad I almost puked on the job, so I was like, oh fuck, man, that's really horrible. But at least for the rest of the shifts it was more tolerable, where it's like I had like a mild migraine so I could feel it, but it wasn't like stopping me from working. Although it does suck, like taking shitloads of Tylenol. I know I've had complications from taking too much Tylenol before, and getting back into a habit of just popping back Tylenol all the time is definitely not good for me. So it's a little bit concerning, but yeah, that's what I've been busy with, getting back to like regular work. And then also still looking after my uncle full time and still doing the YouTube channel like pretty much full time. Although I did cut the YouTube channel back a lot. Like I used to do live streaming twice a day and it got down to like once, or I should say 3 or 4 times a week. So I pretty much had to like do a massive cut in YouTubing. But I did get some of my other projects caught up. What was it? I got some Fan Expo videos. I got one posted. It did really horrible in the views and likes, so I was like, fuck it, man. I can't focus too much more on that. Hey, Potato Memes. Yeah, it's been a while. Good to see you back. So yeah, I couldn't really focus too much on Fan Expo stuff, although I am not stopping it. I'm just like putting it off to get some other stuff done it's being more productive. Oh yeah, and then the sobriety binge, we're on basically 3 months and no weed. And yeah, the whole no weed experience, it was great for the first month. Second month, it started to tail off. I was like, oh God. Like, I don't know if anyone's quit doing weed after being chronic for a while. You get like a huge boost of energy. And then after the first, it's awesome for losing weight too, because you're not craving junk food all the time. So yeah, so the initial first month was fucking amazing. It was like a roller coaster. I was just, yeah. And then the second month, everything started to level out again. So it's like now I'm back to like, I don't know, the boosts of energy aren't as great as they used to be. The weight loss experience is not going as great as it used to be. And now that we're into third month with no weed, I actually started to get like a lot of fucking things where I'm like wishing I had weed back. Like I kind of realized I'm spending too much time constantly working, not relaxing, and like just taking it easy enough. So I've become like a fucking workaholic again. And I'm not almost doing anything fun. Like I'm not biking, I'm not playing disc golf, I'm just basically working nonstop. And yeah, I even quit watching all TV pretty much completely, where I don't even watch sports anymore. I don't know what it is. When I stopped smoking weed and stopped drinking booze, sports is just like fucking boring as hell. So yeah, and my TV's still shot. The repairs on that haven't gone well. Had to order some more parts, and I don't know, oh yeah, did I tell everyone my Walmart experience? I got sick of waiting for my new TV parts, or yeah, my repair TV parts. So I decided to order a new TV from Walmart. And there was this company that had a TV listed that was like $50 less on Walmart than buying it on Amazon or other stores. So I'm like, fucking A, let's buy this giant TV, and it's 50 bucks off from this place at Walmart. So I placed the bid on, or placed the order on Walmart, and then I got bad news. When I looked at the shipping, it said that not only did I not buy it from Walmart, it was one of the Walmart affiliate stores. You know how they like sell shit through Walmart? And I'm like, okay, that's not so bad. Is it gonna take a week to get here? And then I look, and it's an affiliate store out of fucking New Jersey, like in the States. So I'm like, dear God, man, I wanted to buy this TV from Canada so I wouldn't have to deal with all the duty and shit. So I'm like, oh man, if this TV arrives and it has like a huge duty fee, there goes the 50 bucks saving. I'll probably have to spend like an extra 100 in duty. So here, that's what I thought the worst of the problem was gonna be. Fucking guess what happened when the TV arrived? The fucking box arrives at my door, and it's like this big, little tiny box. So I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell's in this box? Where's my TV? So I open up the box, guess what it is? It's a fucking part to repair the TV. Not the one that I had broken, but the new TV I ordered. Instead of sending me the TV, they sent me like a module for the TV. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, right? So I look at the package slip. Yeah, and it says that I fucking ordered a fucking part for a TV, not the TV itself. I'm thinking, dear God, man, it was only 50 bucks off from the actual TV price. So I fucking go back to the Walmart order that I ordered quick, and what do you know? They've taken down the ad. And it turned out the ad was listed improperly. So they accidentally listed a TV component as a TV in the TV for sale section. So I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I call customer support or message them online. And yeah, they apologized. They're like, oh, we don't know how this could happen. Just send it back and you'll get a full refund. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty reasonable. I'm pissed off that I didn't get a TV, but at least I can exchange it. So what happens is I try to return it to the company that's an affiliate. And what do you know? They're like, if you return it, you're going to have to pay like a restocking fee that's the same price as what you paid to order the TV. So you might as well just keep it. I'm like, oh, no. I'm returning this thing and you guys are giving me a fucking refund. You listed the fucking wrong part and you called it a TV, for God's sakes. So we argued and debated about that for a while. And then I contacted Walmart again. I'm like, guys, this fucking store sent me a part for a TV after listing it as a TV, and now they want to charge me a restocking fee of the exact same price of the TV that I ordered. So it's like I'll get nothing. I'll pay the full price for the TV and get nothing. So then the people at Walmart customer service, guess what they said? They're like, oh, sorry, we can't help you with any of the problems with our affiliates. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I ordered this on your fucking website, for God's sakes. So I started complaining, and eventually they said, yeah, they'll make sure that they give me a full refund. And guess what's happened? It's been like 2 months, no money. So I'm like, God, man, fucking Walmart, be careful. If you guys are ordering on there, it's like they fucked me over so bad. I basically paid the full price for a TV and got nothing. And yeah, I didn't even get my money back and didn't get anything. So I'm going to have to message Walmart again, say, yo guys, the fucking store from the affiliates, guess what? They still haven't refunded me and it's been like months later. So anyways, what happened was too, is I checked the store, like the affiliate, to see like the Better Business Bureau, to see if they have any comments. Guess what the comments were? That this company has been doing this repeatedly. They list things on Walmart and they list it incorrectly. And when the people freak out and try to return it, guess what? They don't give them refunds. And then Walmart's just like, sorry, we washed our hands of it. And there's like fucking thousands of people that have been posting this. So I don't understand what's going on Walmart. I'm pretty sure I'm never going to order another part from Walmart if it's through any of their affiliate stores. Like even, like that was the thing. It was listed as a Walmart item when I bought it. I didn't even know it was coming from one of their affiliates. So yeah, I'm pretty fucking pissed at Walmart, but and go figure, like you look at all the floods that are hitting parts of the west coast of Canada and the US, people are losing everything. It's like I should be fucking happy that I wasn't killed in a fucking flood, right? So, or I didn't lose everything I own. So really you gotta try to put things in perspective. It isn't that bad that I got fucked over for a TV, but it's pretty much just $500 flushed down the toilet. So yeah, in hindsight, it's not the end of the world. And we got some other good news to talk about. Walmart, or not Walmart. Let's talk about the updates from Mindark. Now what I did is I opened up the official Mindark page. And yeah, we'll read exactly what they say. And if anyone hasn't heard about Facebook's like metaverse or whatever they call it, we got some updates about that as well and how it relates to Mindark. I was kind of shocked, or I shouldn't say shocked, but I noticed a little bit of funny stuff going on with that. If anyone hasn't noticed, it seems like Entropia and Mindark are in direct competition with Facebook's metaverse. And I'll let you know some details about that. All right, so yeah, we were opening the shares, and that's what I was in the process of doing, is we're going to open up the Entropia group and see what was said about these new shares. I don't know if anyone's got information about the new shares that they want to share in the chat. I'll read it out. Entropia Universe, I think that's the one. Yeah, so hopefully Geronimo and all that stuff got worked out. As far as I know, the Halloween items never came as gifts. I don't know if anyone knows any updates on that. I probably missed them, or they just never came. Oh, Virtual Sense team celebrates 6-year anniversary. So Jasmine Moon, she had a post about that. Bonnie, she's been doing some wicked streams. Shout out to Bonnie, keeping the streaming community active. This isn't the official Entropia page. Let me try again. Entropia. Oh, there it is. Entropia Universe video game. Is that it? Ah, here it is. Alright, so we'll open up this and we'll put it on the screen. Because right now I'm just collecting sweat anyways. So I'd like to get more shit done in the game, but we got so much news to cover. I don't know how much actual playing of Entropia other than sweating I'll be able to do. Okay, get rid of this fucking shit, man. I can't believe I updated that thing and now it just gives me pop-ups all the time. It's like, do I really want a fucking pop-up on the screen? You son of a... Now, the other good thing about quitting weed is kind of got my temper a little bit under control. Don't have the reefer madness going as bad as I used to. That's the one thing I like about, or miss about weed. I could blame all my problems on it. Alright, so good old victimhood. Now, here we go. So, Entropia Universe, New Treasure Island. I thought this was on, like, Calypso, but I'm pretty sure this is a new treasure island on, what do they call it, Next Island? I could be wrong. if anyone wants to post in the chat what's happening. All right, it says early in December, the Entropia Exchange will be expanded with a new listed company, New Treasure Island. The Entropia Exchange allows for participants to acquire deeds in a virtual company and receive revenue in the form of dividends from the estates controlled by those companies. So if anyone's familiar with it, they did that with 2 other places. And to be honest, I really don't like the Entropia Exchange. I like the good old-fashioned deeds, like Arcadia Underground deeds, Calypso Land deeds, like the actual deeds in the game. I like that way better. So I don't know, like this whole Entropia Exchange, not a big fan of it. But if anyone's like familiar, let's show it quick. Finishing quick is my specialty. When it comes to these Entropia Exchange, problem is majority of Entropia players don't even know about this Entropia Exchange. So when you're buying and selling these things, it's like it's a very limited amount of the players that are actually in the game. Compared to if you have physical deeds or virtual physical deeds in the game, then you can place them on the auction. And then everyone sees them that's playing on the auction, right? So I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. That's why these things are selling less and not as high price. And yeah, I really don't like the Entropia Exchange. But anyways, the Crystal Palace Station ones, they were highly successful, where they all sold out right away and they went up in value. Ancient Greece, they still haven't sold out. They're like years later. And I could be wrong. Does anyone know when Ancient Greece deeds first came out? But anyways, the Ancient Greece deeds, yeah, it's been a shit show. Not only did they not sell out, but they just went down in value. So if anyone's wondering if the investment about these new deeds, what is it called? New Treasure Island deeds. If I had to guess, if it's a Calypso deed, it'll sell well. If it's another one for like Next Island or whatever, I'm pretty sure they won't sell out. I could be wrong about that. Don't take my investment advice. Fuck man, do I ever screw up a lot with investments. So if you wanted to pick the worst person to follow for advice, follow me. Alright, so New Treasure Island is the 3rd company to be listed on the Entropia Exchange, with the deeds available starting Wednesday, December 1st, the day before my birthday. So now my birthday is on December 2nd, and I'll try to do a live stream for it, not just to rake in the super chats, but no, I've got really no life yet due to the lockdown, so unless I hang out with people in Entropia, I'll probably spend my whole birthday alone. Yay. Now, for me, the whole alone thing isn't so bad. I've kind of gotten used to it because I had my severe concussion back in, what was it, August of 2018. So I really haven't hung out with any people for like, I don't know, was it going on 4 years close to? Maybe it's only 3 years, but whatever it is. Yeah, and then what happened was I recovered from the concussion, started hanging out with people for like a week or 2, and then the lockdown started. So yeah, really I haven't celebrated my birthday with other people since, yeah, I guess it would have been 2017 was the last time I celebrated my birthday with other humans in real life. Yeah, what a fucked up weird world this is, but as one thing I was talking to other Entropian players about it, when life becomes a shit show in real life, that's actually when Entropia becomes the best, because it's like an alternative real life, and sometimes it's better. Not always better, but yeah, it's nice to have an alternative as like a backup plan. Sort of like monkey branching to other women or guys in relationships. You always have that backup plan in order. No, I shouldn't say that, it's mean. All right, so let's read some more of the comments. Sorry to say her name wrong. Sane, Malander, Larson. I'll just go with those. Hopefully I can pronounce it somewhat okay. Hopefully we see some mobs out there again. Okay, why is it renamed Treasure Island and the area shown in the pic in those buildings is currently in a game or planned update? I believe you can find most of these types of buildings on Cornith Keys. Last I looked, they were just empty shells. That may have changed. So thanks, Jared. Oh yeah, that was a comment from Wistrel Chiante. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong. Well, I can say, I know I'm saying it wrong. Eric Gabrielson. If all of you left the game, why are you following it and complaining about it? Why, did a whole bunch of people leave? That's what I was thinking. Entropia probably experienced a huge boom, after the lockdowns began, took away everyone's normal lives, so we needed a backup plan. But as some countries got lockdowns ended, my country never did. I've still been under lockdown since last March. Some people that took these are like, oh, I got my human rights back, but not everyone did. A lot of people are still under lockdowns for like the beginning of it. Yeah, and yeah, if you want to hear any updates about that, well, try not to get too political, but it was just announced that Africa had the lowest amount of these, the lowest amount of lockdowns, the fewest people wearing masks, and they defeated the virus faster than anyone. They've had the old normal back for almost 2 years now. So I was thinking, dear God, man, like here we're going to keep saying that these are working. Meanwhile, there's no evidence whatsoever that they're working. In fact, all the evidence is saying the exact opposite. That the more we take of these, the worse and worse and worse it gets. Sort of like how the flu shot, you ever notice how that's worked? Every year that they've been selling these things, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And the only year that it didn't get worse is when the gain of function research created a new virus, and now it's been taking over. And that's what we found out with science, is that it turns out that you can't have the flu and the cold virus at the same time. If anyone doesn't know, the latest pandemic is a strain of the regular cold virus. That's why it's called like the King virus or whatever. So I can't even say the name of it normally, so... Yeah, no, I'd just like to clarify that I do agree with everything the World Health Organization says, everything the CDC says. They are gods and they are never wrong. And I'm not allowed to say anything otherwise or I'll lose my channel. My ability to have free speech is out the window unless I agree with everything they say. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I figured like good luck for everyone who's taken these. I don't know if you heard what happened in the States and the hospitals. They're fucking flooded with people that are sicker than they've ever seen. Like even worse than the fucking pandemic sickness. And they're trying to figure out what's causing it. I wonder, could it be a drug cartel that's been pushing experimental injections that have horrible side effects that were never approved for actual human trials because the ones they did were like fucking disasters? And the only reason we have them now is because a pandemic emergency was declared, so they were allowed to use humans as experimental subjects. So, dear God, man. I know everyone who supports these, you probably have good intentions, so all the power to you. You just got to remember, good intentions pave the road to hell, right? Anyways. So yeah, has everyone left the game? I don't know. I didn't really leave the game, but I did take a long break from it because I've been destroyed with real stuff in real life. And I've been sober for so long, I haven't had time to just sit back and relax a lot. I've been working my ass off. Also did lots of work around the house, so yeah. Alright, so is Treasure Island still owned by David Story, or has it been sold? Serious question. So that was from Sandra Dennis. That's a great question. I know this David Story guy. Let's bring up some articles about him. I'll just open another window in case naked boobs show up on the screen. I have no idea why they'd be there. Must be some sort of virus on my computer. Alright, so man who virtually has it all. Alright, there's an article about David's story. Let's bring it up in the... It's by CNET. Hopefully CNET doesn't mind us sharing an article about what they wrote fucking like, I don't know, almost a decade ago. Alright, the man who virtually has it all. Oh, fuck. Fuck, man, I gotta put in some headphones to make sure I don't got any extra ads playing. No, I just hear Entropia sweating. Alright, that's good. Let's just check how the Entropia sweating's going quickly. Alright, still going okay. Yeah, I really hope Entropia realizes some people stream and they can try to make some of these sound effects a little bit more entertaining rather than just... And the best is, remember the Olafil sweating, or the Olos, or Apollos, whatever they call them? I was like, God, who wants to listen to that? Sorry. I haven't done a good old Olafil impression in a while. All right, so let's get caught up here. Who is this David Snyder guy? Or no, is it David Snyder? Did I just say it wrong? David Story, I think that's what it was. All right, let's bring out Facebook again. Yeah, David Story. Let's check it out. Sorry, despite quitting weed for 3 months, my memory did a roller coaster where my memory got way worse right when I started quitting weed. Then like 2 or 3 weeks in, it started to level out. Then it started to improve a little, and then it sort of capped. So if anyone's wondering how weed affected my memory, that's basically the story for it. All right, let's see. The man who virtually has it all. A 30-year-old Sinden Sider has amassed a small fortune by trading virtual items for real cash in an online game called Entropia Universe. All right, so I think this is someone else. I brought up something else. I was thinking story. All right, so this is about some guy. Just going to check, make sure it is David's story. Oh, it is. Oh, it's his alter ego. I don't know, this is very confusing. I always get confused when people have like different names and stuff. Alright, Mindark, the Swedish studio, released the game in 2003, claimed in a press release it recorded 400 million in in-game transactions. Probably people sweating or selling sweat back and forth to each other. Hey, Euros joined the chat. How's it going? Welcome back, Entropians. It's good to see everyone. Alright, 2 viewers and a like. Kicking ass already. Alright, let's see. To give a real-world comparison, blah, blah, blah. Entropia Universe lacks the financial barriers that characterize most other multiplayer games. Blizzard's World of Warcraft, for example, requires a monthly subscription. Yeah, that's actually what killed the game that I used to play before Entropia, was, what was that game called again? Fuck, now I can't remember of it. Damn, what was it? Anyways, I'll try to think of it later. So much for my memory improving. Alright, so anyways, but yeah, Entropia doesn't have the fee. Yeah, the other game I used to play, it was a free-to-play just like Entropia. Almost everything was, oh yeah, Virtual Town. I think that's what it was called. Let's see. Cybertown, that's what it was. Yeah, Cybertown was before Entropia. Then they added the fee for monthly fee stuff. And then everyone just quit the game and looked for an alternative. And that's when they started playing like Entropia, or I don't know if Second Life was already out at that point. Right, Entropia is very much about time and money. Alright, so this Treasure Island's primary source of income is story taxes players 4% on all the loot found. Alright, so that makes sense. Alright, Story's income is supplemented by virtual real estate on both Calypso, Planet Arcadia, and other Entropia Universe destination, and where he is a Planet partner or co-owner. Yeah, so this David Story guy, I guess he's the person that owns Next Island. Is that what it's saying? So yeah, Deathfinder's Treasure Island. So that's what I'm pretty sure. That's what we're talking about here. So let's check it out. So yeah, that's what Sanders asking. David Story, did he sell Next Island or does he still own it? Because I could have swore there was another guy that I heard that owns Next Island now, right? Or maybe he's still part owner. It's kind of interesting that she asked such like a basic question on the official Entropia page, and the Entropia community and like the actual official page just never answered her. Well, it was only 2 days ago she asked, but still. Alright, so Jared. I think I've talked to Jared before. Or no, 2 mutual friends. As much as I'd love to be a part of this, you still haven't followed through with other ventures, i.e. land plots. How can we know this won't sit undeveloped for years as well? That's a great question, Jared. And then Sean responds, it will. Sean's a little bit pessimistic, but I think he's also a realist. Remember how long it took pets to come back? Oh, God. All right, so Nathaniel Eidelberg. He says, oh, this game is still alive. All right, let's see what the responses are to that one. All right, Nicholas responds, yeah, some Hall of Fame globals have been from this year too. I don't know if he's being sarcastic or... Chris Bounce says, Garrett Jensen, not at all. I'm investing in the belief of the project. Personal non-return effort cuts a huge percentage of the grind out through. Plus, when it's done, they'll probably be the best game ever. Yeah, that's one thing. A lot of people make fun of Entropia, but dear God, I still have a lot of faith in it, especially with the new engine. We'll get to that update in the news very shortly. Well, no, I don't know about shortly, but we'll get to it. All right, Chris Brown, invested in Star Citizen. Is there a real way of trading real money here? I don't really care about that Star Citizen crap. I don't know, like I guess a lot of other games will come out and try to rival Entropia. We even heard about Facebook getting into it, so we'll cover that a little bit, but I still think Entropia is going to be the king of real money games, at least for the time being. Alright, so he's saying he's withdrawn $500, who cares? Chris Brown, since I left Entropia Universe, I only invest in my real business. Alright, well, if you don't play Entropia anymore, it's neat that you come in here and bash it, but get a life, man. No, just kidding. Fair enough, it was all a gamble for sure. No, I'm a little bit bitter because I was going to invest in Bitcoin or Calypso land deeds back when they first came out. And if I put the same amount of investment that I did in Calypso land deeds and Bitcoin, I'd be like a multi-millionaire. I'd have hundreds of millions of dollars. But at the same time, I look at it as if I had hundreds of millions of dollars, I probably would have ate so much fried chicken that I would have already died of a heart attack. So, as much as being rich would be nice, I kind of like being alive better. That's the thing. You ever look at the people that win the lottery, how often it ruins their lives? But anyways, now if anyone's wondering how the weight loss goals went for quitting weed, I was up to like 225, so obese that I could barely breathe at night. I was almost dying. Well, I was dying. And I was like choking in my sleep again. So after I quit weed, I was like, man, I got to put the hammer down, quit smoking weed and lose some weight. And I got my weight down too. Let's check what we're at now. Let's see. Oh, a message from Hot Babes. Let's see, not get distracted. Oh yeah, we're at 187 pounds. So, I don't know, 225 minus 187. What does that work out to? I think it's roughly 30 pounds. So despite not reaching my weight goal, I wanted to get to like 170 or 165. Still got a ways to go, but yeah, I'm definitely not obese anymore. So thank God. At least that part of quitting weed went well. Alright, fair enough. Gamble for sure. I invested in Star Citizen. Holy cow, man. He invested $2,500 in Star Citizen. Could have put that in cryptocurrency and probably made a fortune. But anyways, yeah, all the power to you. I know I made that kind of a gamble myself. I did make about 10 grand off the Calypso land deeds, but fuck, man. I could have made hundreds of millions if I would have invested in something else. Yeah, it's always like life, right? Something's always greener on the other side. Yeah, so Nathaniel, he's one of the losers in Entropia. If you haven't heard, a lot of people lose in Entropia and they become like ultimate losers. They're always like bitching and complaining about how they lost. Who is it? Remember that guy, McCormick? McCormick, he was the ultimate bitching loser. It's like a lot of people like, oh, where?
I spent so much money in Entropia and I just never won. I just keep losing and losing and losing.
It's like, I've heard that a lot from like losers that lost in Entropia, but they got to remember, Entropia is the easiest game to make money in. Like literally, all you have to do is buy the deeds, sit back and collect the revenue. If you lost in Entropia, it's because you're a loser, not because the game makes you lose. It's kind of like if you played basketball and you get your ass kicked, and you're like, oh, everyone loses in basketball. It's like, no, actually some people actually win in basketball. It's because you suck. Not to be too harsh or anything, but I have very little patience for crying babies. All right, you can tell I don't have any kids, and that's one of the reasons why I fucking can't stand bitching and complaining. I do enough of it myself. I don't want to hear more of it. All right, so yeah, like, God, dear God, man, all you have to do is real estate in Entropia. You can buy and resell real estate, buy shares. There's so many ways to make money in Entropia. To talk about it is like you can only lose. It's basically like going to a slot machine and bitching because you can only lose because you're playing really dumb on the slot machines. Maybe you should go to like play blackjack instead and actually use some skill, or play poker, and you might have a better chance than just playing the dumb slots. Not to make fun of slot machines, they're actually my favorite part of the casino as well, but yeah, it's really hard to win in slots. Like normally you end up losing way more than you win, compared to like a game of skill like poker or blackjack or something like that. Anyways, let's continue. Nicholas says the same thing for me. He just bought a ton of clothes back in the day, easily got more than I put in, except it took me 10 years of holding the account. Yeah, so I don't know if he's referring to winning and losing in Entropia or another game. Alright, so Nathaniel left Entropia 5 years ago, yet he's still on social media bitching about how it was so hard of a game for him. Dear God. Talk about like you can't let it go. I know I'm one of those people that can't let shit go either. It's like I had one of my best friends die. I got like separation anxiety after it, and yeah, it's hard to let go of shit, but come on, man, get a life. Where is the original owner of the Deathfinder? Looks like a guy from China or Japan, or no, Taiwan. So he's definitely separate from China. Anyone hear the news about China, how they're like fighting, I think with Taiwan, or is it another place? Yeah, and they're like trying to fight for independence. So good luck everyone fighting against China. I know it's kind of a losing battle, but all the power to you. I know Tibet fought that battle for a long time, and they didn't go so well either. Well, not to shit on China. I know some stuff has actually been going great in China. My brother's boyfriend is actually from China, and he was messaging his family in China to ask how they've been dealing with the lockdowns. You'll never guess what they said in response. They asked him what lockdowns. They'd never heard of any. And then I found out later that the majority of China didn't have lockdowns at all. It was only small regions, well I shouldn't say small, some of the big regions of China, like Wuhan obviously had one for 2 weeks. Remember that 2 weeks to flatten the curve? Some countries actually held it to that, where they literally only did it for 2 weeks. So anyways, yeah, the majority of China, no lockdowns at all, no lockdown restrictions. And you know what else China didn't get? China didn't get these. So they managed to defeat the virus without lockdowns or those. What a fucking shocker, right? But anyways, so when people want to make fun of China, they're obviously doing some things right. They're fucking destroying other countries in the West, that's for sure. Managed to force all these, fuck everyone over their economies. And we can't even blame China for it, because our own governments did it to us. Goddamn sons of bitches. Not there's anything wrong with that. I just want to clarify, I agree with the World Health Organization, the CDC. Everything they say is true because they are gods. I'm not allowed to say anything else otherwise. Alright, so Adam Wright, he says he agrees with the person who stated that starting these new projects is a non-starter, especially when previous ventures are not complete. He's bitching that he can still not harvest on my Arcadia land plot, and wonder what good is a land plot when the materials to make the garden box no longer drop. Not to laugh, but that's fucking hilarious. Please, yeah, we need, who is it, McCormick. As bad as he is at bitching, he makes some of the best bitching ever. Alright, so let's see. And wonder what good is the land plot. Yeah, we got that. Hey, Ego. Hey, she's asking, how's the Lelanders doing? We're doing okay. We're checking out the Entropia updates. If you haven't heard of this game before, it's a MMO game, like a role-playing game, except it has real money for its economy. And it's been going since, what did we say, 2003 or 7, something like that. So it's a really old game. And if you're a little bit disappointed by the graphics and that you can't play it on a cell phone, don't worry, because there's actually some news that I got coming. They just signed a deal to get Unreal Engine 5. So we don't know how good it's going to transfer over to this new engine, but it adds potential to actually play it on cell phones. Because that's actually what Unreal Engine 5 is designed for. It's designed to work on computers and cell phones. Alright, so please look for me on the Arcadia forums for many awesome ideas to improve Entropia. I will not invest in Treasure Island. If I had to agree with someone, Adam I think is at least part right. I'm probably not going to invest in Treasure Island either. I was thinking more investing in cryptocurrency, but that could be even a worse disaster. So just be aware that I'm not trying to offer investment advice. I'm just talking about some of the investments I'm thinking of doing. Like here, if anyone wants to see what I'm talking about in crypto investments, let me bring it up. We'll just cover it briefly. A lot of people were making fun of one of the links I was sharing called BetFury, but it's still going strong. And we'll show what's new with BetFury. They've actually had their recent birthday to show like they've been in business, I think for like a year or two. And yeah, they got some more licenses, so they are like fully licensed in a lot of different countries. And yeah, they continue to add more casino games. And let's check out how my cryptocurrency investments have gone just from my viewers watching the show, helping out by signing up. These are all the different currencies and how much I have. They even added a button so you can automatically change the balance to US dollars, just to give you an idea like how much you would get if you sold it for US dollars. All right, so let's see. I've got 15 bucks in Bitcoin, 28 bucks in Tron, 12 in Beyonce, 12 in the game shares. Now these are game shares sort of like Calypso Land Deeds, except they're for the casino like BetFury. Well, we got 9 bucks in Ethereum, 5 bucks in whatever currency that is, $3 in US currency, $1 in Dogecoin or Doge, whatever you want to call it. And these other ones just got like a few pennies, if that. So I'd like to thank everyone. And what was it? The staking. If you go to the staking system, this is like the shares, like Calypso Land Deeds. I get about, I think, what is it, 3 cents US every day. Just sort of like how you get Arcadia Land Deed payouts every day. And yeah, I was thinking, man, if I would invest like say 10 grand into this, I'd be looking at getting like $30 a day in fucking interest. I could be wrong about my math and that. What is it, 10 grand? Because right now I have about, what did I say? I think I got about 10 bucks worth of the game shares. Yeah. So with $10 worth of game shares, I get 3 cents a day. So if I increased it to $100, I would get 30 cents. And then if I increased it to 1,000, I would get $3 bucks. And then if I increased it to 10,000, I would get 30 bucks. Yeah, so I was thinking, dear God, can you imagine a $10,000 investment that pays 30 bucks a day? So obviously these investments are very high risk, but if I had to compare investing in this compared to investing in the Treasure Island deeds, I don't know, I could be way off, but I think, yeah, I'd probably go with BetFury instead. The shitty thing with BetFury, obviously it's a crypto thing, so they could just shut down at any moment. You lose everything. Where at least Entropia has a little bit more like they staying power. Sure, they fail on a lot of their promises, but at least they don't just pack up and leave, right? Or I don't want to jinx it. All right, so that's basically what I've been looking at. So Adam, I think he's right. Let's go check how is our sweating going. We're still collecting sweat. That's good. All right, let's get back to the news. Yeah, there's so much Entropia news. I'll try not to stay much more on this one. Good, that place was dead for years. People still playing. Bro, just put your money into a decent crypto and wait a year. No effort needed. So that's where I kind of agree with Dylan. As great as Entropia investments are, seems like crypto is the much better thing. But just to be wary of crypto. Did anyone hear some of the news in crypto? Well, was it Bill Gates? He held like this giant summit about what he's going to be working on. I think it was in 2019 or 2018. And he said one of the things he was working on was a giant pandemic coming. So I don't know how he had the insight to that, right? But the other thing that he talked about at that summit was his plans to get cryptocurrency banned globally. So Bill Gates, one of his biggest goals in life was to get a pandemic, and his second biggest goal was to get rid of all crypto, so no one can use cryptocurrency anymore. So just keep that in hindsight. Not to say that Bill Gates gets everything he wants, but dear God, man. Oh, I could get into that, boy, but we'll try not to. Whew. All right, let's see. So we got some other stuff, and I think, did anyone hear the news? Did we get items? Oh, metaverse precursors. Yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. I didn't even know this article was in here. That's cool. All right, so if anyone hasn't heard, it sounds like Mindark and Entropia are going head to head over the meta universe idea. And if anyone hasn't heard, oh, let me put my headphones in quick. Make sure we don't got some ads playing. Good, just sweating still. All right, so what Facebook did is they rebranded their company Meta, and they're trying to open like a metaverse. And what I think the major problem with Facebook's metaverse is they're basing it off VR technology, from what I've heard. Could be wrong. And I think the big shitter with that is VR kind of sucks, and sucks balls, not in a good way. And yeah, like, I don't know, I like VR for some things. Like if you want to sit back and watch a movie, certain movies are great in VR. Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm thinking like travel videos. If anyone's watched a travel video in VR, fucking amazing. Like if you have a tour guide who's like showing you Italy or something, he's like, come with me and I'll show you Italy. And as he's like pointing at buildings and showing you Italy, you can follow him and your VR helmet and just look around and see all of Italy. It's fucking amazing. So that's where I think like VR is kind of promising. But other than that, I fucking can't stand playing video games in VR. And I was like one of the biggest VR supporters. I even got PlayStation VR. I got a VR for my computer. But yeah, I'm just not really a big fan of most of VR. Alright, so let's see. What is happening with the competition between Facebook and Entropia over the metaverse? Alright, is the metaverse part of the internet, replacing it, or something different entirely? Let's make it bigger so we can see it. That's what she said. Although some might have heard the term metaverse, only recently it's been in use for a couple decades. It was first used in the 1990s in a work of fiction, and it usually describes a hypothetical future of the internet that exists alongside reality as a shared persistent virtual world. Ooh. For a long time, both fiction writers and technologists have envisioned the metaverse as the evolution of the internet. That's the one thing I don't understand. Why do people keep trying to evolve the internet? It's already pretty much reached its apex. That's the weird thing about evolution. Everyone always thinks about it getting better and better and better, but we have to acknowledge sometimes it reaches a cap and it actually never gets any better. So I don't know, I'm pretty sure the internet has already reached its cap. Could be wrong about that, but... Alright, so anyways, for a long time, well, anything... Alright, let's go. For a long time, both fiction writers and technologists have envisioned the metaverse as the evolution of the internet. And while some of the attempts at building anything resembling the metaverse failed, they did set a precedent. Precedent of failure? Anyways, so what is the metaverse? Origin of the term metaverse and its concept. Yeah, it reminds me of the Matrix. So that's why, you know what Never Die is always talking about, living forever, and how like you can live forever in the Entropia universe, and how like these futurist people want to get their consciousness transferred over to the fucking Entropia so they could just live forever actually in their avatar and never die in real life, sort of hence the term Never Die. Well, the weirdest thing, if you look at ancient mysteries and research about like the gods from like the old days, they were talking about how they were immortals. And they come from a universe where they already achieved that. Everyone lives forever. And you know what was the biggest like entertainment for them? They love Earth and our universe. Why? Because the idea that you could die made life like a million times more exciting. So it's like, yeah, they all, what was it? The gods, they always envy mortals. Why? Because we could die. They said that the gods and the immortals that live forever, everything gets so boring. There's no risk involved. Everything they've already done a million times over. They have all the time in the world, so there's no rush to ever do anything. So this idea that we're always trying to live forever is ironic because who knows, like maybe our human souls actually come from the immortal place. And we came to the earth, why? So that we could simulate dying. Simulating dying is the exciting part, not living forever. Living forever is what we could already do. So it is kind of weird. Maybe things go in circles. They say everything in the universe goes in cycles, and it's often a circle chasing your tail, sort of like the Ouroboros or whatever it's called, the snake chasing its tail. So anyways, this is where we're getting this idea for the metaverse, is we're trying to get back to a place we just came from. The metaverse was created by putting together the Greek prefix meta, which means beyond, and the stem verse. Oh, that's weird. Back information from the word universe. Ah. The term first appeared in Snow Crash, a science fiction novel by Neil Stephenson in 1992. However, the concept which metaverse refers had already been somewhat depicted under a different term, cyberspace. The concept first appeared under the term William Gibson's story Burning Chrome in 1982 and was popularized in his 1984 novel Neuromancer. Never heard of any of that stuff. Anyways, Neuromancer Gibson describes his cyberspace as consensual hallucination experienced daily by billions of legitimate operators in every nation, a graphic representation of data abstracted from banks of every computer in the human system. Kind of reminds me of the Matrix, right? How everyone's bodies are plugged into a giant computer and we're all like simulating the universe. It's pretty wild. Plato actually used to write about it as well. He had an allegory called Plato's Cave, and he talked about how people that lived inside of a cave their whole lives, that it was impossible for them to even fathom that another universe existed outside the cave. So yeah, that's where that idea of like having different layers of existence come from. So anyways, nonetheless, after the arrival of the World Wide Web, people started using the term cyberspace as a synonym for the internet and its present state. By the time Stevenson's Snow Crash hit the shelves, the term metaverse also caught on, and common use established it as the concept's signifier. So what is the metaverse? Stevenson, on his part, describes his metaverse in Snow Crash, instead of a hallucination, but as graphic representations, the user interfaces, or VR, a myriad of different pieces of software that have been engineered by major corporations. Fucking disaster, man. As soon as you start putting major corporations in charge, look what happens. Anyways, not that there's anything wrong with that. and made available to the public over the worldwide fiber optic network. This is a science fiction talk, of course. The metaverse doesn't really exist. Yet. In a presentation to his company co-workers, or company workers, who is a good old Facebook CEO Zuckerberg, expressed his desire to build an actual metaverse. Oh gee, I wonder why. Later, in an interview with The Verge, Zuckerberg said, "You can only think of the metaverse as a successor to the mobile internet," while also acknowledging that it's certainly not something that any one company is going to build. Well, he's trying to. But he's in battle with Mindark, so we'll see how it goes. Anyways, you can think about it as, yeah, viewing content, you're in it. Yeah, instead of just viewing content, you'll be in the content. And you feel present with other people as if you're in the other places. But the metaverse isn't just virtual reality. Oh, okay. It's going to be accessible across all of our different computing platforms. AR, VR, PC, mobile devices, and game consoles. So that's where I was kind of wondering in the future too. Like augmented reality, I could see that being way more popular because VR just blocks out everything around you, and that sucks. I kind of wish they could incorporate like these images with our already existing world. So I'd be a little bit more sold on the idea of AR. PC, that makes more sense. Mobile devices, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Game consoles. And if anyone hasn't noticed, the Borg technology, like from Star Trek, the Borg, resistance is futile, that already exists. And it's fucking scary how good it's getting. Like, picture if you're a YouTube creator, and what is it? You have like, say, 100,000 followers, maybe 1 million followers to your YouTube channel. What I could do, like if I was a YouTube creator with that many, is I could take my cell phone and hook it up to like a virtual reality camera. What do they call those? Like 360 cameras. And I could mount that 360 camera. Could mount it on my hat, could mount it on my shoulder, could mount it on a backpack, and then I can live stream. So if anyone's wondering, well, how the fuck does that have to do with the Borg? How the Borg technology worked is you had all the Borg collective watching everything you do through those eyepieces that the Borg wear, and then they would offer you advice. They'd be like, oh, you should do this. You should buy crypto. You should buy virtual shares. You should date that hot babe across the street or ask her out or something. So that's what it was, and that's how it can work even today. Like a YouTuber puts the 360 camera on, starts live streaming, and then all he has to do is put a headset in and put the live chat from his chat, like the YouTube chat, and then all of a sudden everyone who's watching his live stream can start offering advice in real time in his ear. So that whole idea of the Borg and these like augmented realities and stuff, it's already here. And it's all dependent how many viewers you have. Like say my channel, if I did that, I'd probably have like 100 people offering me advice. If PewDiePie did it, he'd have like fucking, what was it, 100 million people? They could all be watching what he does and offer advice in his ear. So that's where I think it would get a little bit overwhelming. So maybe you wouldn't want that many people offering advice to you, but that's how the Borg worked, right? It's amazing how we're already there. Some people don't even notice. Yeah, if anyone wants the Bet Fury link, I've got in the link below. Just be careful, it's fucking dangerous as hell. Alright, so what exactly is the metaverse? Well, since the metaverse is a concept straight out of science fiction, it doesn't have an actual referent in the real world. We should probably ask ourselves a different question. What does the metaverse intend to be? Alright, so from the beginning of this article, I'm allergic to basic. Yeah, that's a fucking smoking babe. If there was a lot of babes like that on the metaverse, I'd be probably signing out. Anyways, from the beginning of this article, we said the term refers to a hypothetical future vision of the internet, but Zuckerberg suggests we should think of it as a successor to mobile internet. So that's why everyone thought VR was going to be like, oh, VR will be the next great successor, but was it? Or did it kind of like suck and no one wanted it and it didn't really take off? Alright, so, but what is the internet? Information you view on your smartphone screen? Or is it the server storing that information? Is it the physical transoceanic landlines that allowed the worldwide network to come together? That is so fucked, that we're still doing the internet over cables on the bottom of the fucking ocean. I can't believe we haven't done it in the sky yet. I know Elon Musk is trying to do it, but his system is like a horrible failure as well. What I would have done is just headed to the moon. Make the moon a giant server relay that everyone could just connect to the moon. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see that in the future, but for now we still got these transoceanic landlines. We are on the phones checking our emails. We say are on the internet, and just as we do, we scroll through Facebook, Google or something. There's really nothing to scroll through for Google. Well, I guess the search engine, but however, the place we give spatial attributes or call cyberspace or the internet is not just information or the servers that store it or the landlines, but the synthesis of them all into a single functional tool. It kind of reminds me of the TV guide. The TV guide was like all the TV channels grouped together into one thing where you could like plan your day based on what's going to be on TV. So what's the difference between the internet and the World Wide Web? Then if we already know the metaverse is to be the internet's successor, and we take into account both of these definitions, the latter's assurance is that it will be accessible through all of our different computing systems. In theory, at least. The metaverse is a collection of information, software. All right, let's continue this. How far off are we from the metaverse? Ever since the internet was first conceived, both science fiction writers and technologists have envisioned much more than a telecommunications network. Alright, let's go down to what are we getting to? The metaverse precursors. It's showing VR. Now VR is a horrible example. It's kind of like saying that, what is it, that talking on the phone was going to be the apex. And then we found out that people didn't even want to talk on the phone. They just wanted to text. So talking on the phone is actually vastly superior, yet people still just go back to texting. That's kind of how I looked at VR. Sure, it's superior, but most people don't like it. It's just not convenient enough. For the moment, the internet became what we need it to be, but attempts at creating this virtual world are remarkable. Alright, so here we're getting into some more stuff. Active Worlds, 1995. Developed users to assign themselves a name, explore virtual worlds. See, fuck man, they didn't even list Cybertown. Cybertown should have been on this list. That was a really good one. If anyone wants to see Cybertown, I'll give a quick shout out to Cybertown. Cybertown, computer game. Ah, here it is. Hey, Cybertown even has a Facebook page. Oh, my boss wants to know what days I can work this week. But anyways, so this was Cybertown. This was the one that was around before Entropia that I used to play. And then I switched after they started charging money. Yeah, and it's actually still going. Go figure. Now, although their last post was in 2019. And it's funny, everything that you could do in Entropia was actually around in Cybertown, but Cybertown actually did some things better, surprisingly. Like the one hook that Cybertown had is, you know how like in Entropia you can buy an apartment or like a shop or something? In Cybertown, they did it as like the very fundamental basics of the game. So every player had a base unit apartment. So when you had an apartment, you could like invite other players to come and hang out. One of the main goals was to like meet hot babes in the game and invite them back to your apartment. And yeah, that's what Cybertown was all about. And then you could upgrade. So it's like if you saved up enough money in Cybertown, you could upgrade your apartment to a bigger one. You could even upgrade it to, like, I don't think they had shops, but so that was always the goal. It's like they kept a lot of the social aspects tied to these apartments. Oh yeah, and the apartments, you know, you can join a guild in Entropia. That's how the guilds worked in Cybertown, wherever your apartment was. So if you wanted to switch guilds, or like, what is it, clans or whatever, you actually had to move your apartment to a new district. So I thought that was a really wild way that Cybertown did it. I'm surprised Entropia is steered away from every player having an apartment, where they made it so limited, like that you had to save up tons of money to get an apartment. Seemed like kind of a waste. Like they had such potential. They should have just gave everyone a small apartment and then have the options to upgrade. So it's not like they kill the apartment business. And I think what would happen is every time you logged into Cybertown, they'd have like daily login bonuses. So you'd get a little tiny piece of furniture that you could put in your apartment if you logged in every day. And then some of those furniture pieces from the daily logins, someone who was gone that week and couldn't log in and really liked that furniture, they would raise the markup because they would say, hey, I missed last day's login bonus. Can I buy it off you? So that's where they started to like create people that were hooked on the game, because they would log in every single day to try to get those furniture items. So just in case one of them became popular, they could resell it and make a ton of money. So I really wish fucking Entropia would do some sort of daily login furniture bonus. That'd be sick. I know they might flood the game with items. Maybe that's why they don't want to do it. But what they could do is do a daily login for like, say, a token. And then you could use those tokens to buy rare furniture. That'd be sweet. All right, let's get back to the article. I think we're almost done it. We'll get to Mindark's update soon. Metaverse. All right, so there was There in 2003. They had their own currency, Their Bucks. Never heard of it. Second Life was 2003. So I guess, yeah, 2003 and Second Life, they tied at the year 2003. And to be honest, I know a lot of Entropia players, they seem to quit Entropia and go back to Second Life. Despite not having the real money, they have a better social system. I've never tried Second Life, so I'm not sure exactly why people like it better, but I'm just guessing. Oh, Facebook Horizon. I've never even heard of that. A VR world by Facebook. Fortnite Creative. Wow, Fortnite made their own metaverse narrative. That's pretty wild. Did anyone hear of those before? I'd never heard of the Fortnite one. Oh yeah, I've heard of Fortnite. What the fuck am I talking about? It's that shooting game for PlayStation, or a whole bunch of consoles. But I didn't know that it was like a virtual universe. That's pretty wild. Alright, the metaverse is the future of the internet. Science fiction. Alright, so let's just skip ahead and see what it's got. I think that's the end. Yeah, that is the end, finally. I was kind of getting sick of that article. Alright, let's scroll this over so I don't reveal too many conversations with the hot babes in my life, or my boss. Excuse me. Alright, so we got a new post from Entropia. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I forgot to share the link that we're live streaming in my Facebook. Well, I'll just put the link after. Oh fuck, I'm sharing other shit. Alright, so next for the news, what we're going to do is read the updates from actual Mindark to see what the hell they have to say about Metaverse and all that shit. Did we find out all we needed about David's story? Yeah, I think we did for now. So his avatar's name is Deathfinder. I'm going to have to do a search for that, see if I can add him as a friend, get him as an interview. That'd be wicked. I know I have got a few interviews lined up. Hey, No Lyman, where's the article? We're actually going to read it right now. So what we're doing now is we brought up the Mindark page. So this is the official Mindark page. I haven't looked at it in months, so I'll be finding out this as we go, just like everyone else. Unless someone else has read it already. Oh yeah, and if anyone wants to know some updates about what I did for collecting Entropia stuff, I've got the Entropia Gold card, and I always wanted to put it on display, but I usually have it leaning on something. So what I did is I got one of the 3D display cases, where it's like a floating display. So now I got my virtual or Entropia Gold card, and it just floats. So I can set it on my shelf, and it looks like it's just floating there, obviously with a little thing around it. So yeah, there's my gold card. You can see through it. So if anyone wants to get these, let me put the links to those. Actually, the case that's big enough to buy it was a little bit pricier than the ones I had before. I had smaller ones for coins, but the coin one obviously couldn't fit the Entropia card, so I had to order a bigger one. That's what she said. Let's see. Let's close that. Sorry, I'll get my mind out of the gutter one of these days. I swear. Yeah, so if you want to get one of these floating display cases for your Entropia Gold cards, or what other cards you might want to display, it turned out to be the 11 by 13. That was the size that fit. Let's make it bigger so she can see it. There we go. 11 by 13. I think, yeah, people can read that. And the price was like $5 each. I was like, man, $5 for a floating display? That's kind of expensive. So what I did is I searched and searched, and I found this store. It's another one on AliExpress, and they were selling lots of 10. So you can get 10 of them, and let's see what it comes to for the price. And they've got free shipping to Canada. That's fucking epic. Where is it showing the price? I don't get it. Is it showing the price? What the fuck? Oh, I have to pick the color. Yeah, so you get them for 27. So if you compare that to the price for $5 each, I think that lowers it closer to $2.70 each. So yeah, that's a little bit better of a deal. If you want to get 10 of these, maybe you can give them away to your friends or family for Christmas or birthdays, and then that way you can get them a little bit cheaper. If anyone found a store that you can get them even cheaper, let me know. Obviously, if you want to get the smaller ones, they're way cheaper. But yeah, and sometimes you got to be careful because the little feet that hold it up, like you see how the display has these feet, sometimes they'll sell the feet separately, so you just got to watch that. Unless you don't care about the feet and you just want it to stand on its own. But yeah, I kind of like getting the feet, so just be careful when you're ordering that you make sure you get it with the feet. See, they do sell feet separately. Yeah, and the feet can be kind of expensive too. Although I did find a few stores that sell them for really cheap. Alright, let's get to the Mindark one. Not too many of the collectibles. I'll show you what my Entropia collection looks like. I'm going to try to get an Entropia poster soon. That'd be fucking epic. I was thinking of doing is taking some of the artwork that I got from my Entropia DVD and getting it blown up into poster size. Putting Entropia posters up would be wicked. Alright, so anyways, yeah, I got an old Entropia DVD that I actually got from Neverdie when he came to a convention in Toronto. That was even before I knew who he was. So, yeah, I met Neverdie and didn't even know it. I actually had to look it up later. I was like, what the fuck? I met Neverdie? Didn't even know. Right, anyways, let's make this bigger. Has anyone heard any news? Is Neverdie back in Entropia, or is he still gone too? Someone was telling me he still checks in every now and then, but he really has been gone like 99% of the time. Who is it? Martin Prince said he contacted Mindark and wants to be the new virtual president since our president's been gone for years. But eventually they got back to him and they said that I don't think they're doing the presidential system anymore. It's pretty much over. Neverdie was the only president. Alright, so let's read the article. So Mindark and the virtual metaverse. Mindark develops, operates, and markets Entropia Universe, a massive virtual metaverse. So they're already calling it a metaverse, with a unique integrated economic system. Entropia offers universe features, open world game experience, where every participant can build on their dreams and ambitions. Or they can complain about losing everything. Or simply find an alternate space to hang out. So that's what I was thinking. My birthday, we're fucked with lockdowns in my province still, so I'm probably going to be hanging out in Entropia for my birthday. And it'll be my first day smoking weed and drinking again in like 3 months. So I'm going to be getting mighty hammered for my birthday. Hopefully I don't puke. That'll be the worst stream ever, eh? Throwing up on my birthday, live on YouTube. Right, since 1999, we at Mindark have been working hard to make there a planet out there for everyone. I kind of like Rocktropia the best. Calypso's a close second. Monria's pretty good. Oh yeah, Next Island's improved a lot. I used to like Arcadia, but it's really gone down the tubes. Alright, in 2021, Mindark started working on the next generation universe experience. Based on the state-of-the-art graphics engine, Unreal 5. Holy shit, from Epic Games. I don't know if anyone's read about Unreal Engine 5. Should we just briefly touch on that? I'll copy it. I'll do a search in another page so we don't get boobs that show up by accident, but I swear to God, I have no idea how they get there. Must be a fucking virus on my computer. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Unreal 5 release date. Is Unreal Engine 5 out? Unreal 5 Engine is the forthcoming version of Unreal Engine. Early access for the Unreal Engine 5 was announced in May of 2021, with the full release being expected later in 2021 or early 2022. So holy fuck, if anyone's wondering how close this Unreal Engine is, it might actually come out, well, probably not this year, but early next year. Is Unreal Engine 5 free? Early access to Unreal Engine 5 is free. The Unreal Engine 5 early build is available to download and play around with for free. There's plenty of tasks to gawk over. Alright, per the official website, it's not production ready as of yet, but it will allow you to start prototyping any future projects. So if I had to guess, Mindark and their work on Unreal Engine 5, it must be still in its infancy. I was kind of hoping that they were almost ready to release it any day, but from reading this, it's definitely not coming out anytime soon. The earliest we could expect it is next year, but I think even that's kind of a long shot, but if anyone else knows, that'd be great. Hey, Digger Do Vibes, how's it going, man? We're just talking about the new upgrades to Unreal Engine 5 for Entropia. Wow, 5 likes. Thanks, everyone. All right, the unique real cash economy. Let me just check how Entropia is going. Oh, we're all out of sweat. Just 1 second here. I'm just gonna go get another mob so I can do some more sweating while we do it. Sorry, I kind of feel bad. You guys are gonna have to hear the sweating sounds. I don't know, for me in collecting sweat, it's really one of my favorite things to do in Entropia because you can multitask. Well, it's wave hi to everyone. I know I used to hang out with the sweating community a lot. They haven't really seen me much in the past since winter. Winter is usually when I play Entropia the most. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. That's one of my biggest concerns when I heard that Entropia is switching engines, is they do it properly and don't rush it, right? Like, I don't know. Oh, fuck you, man. I did not aim at him. Did you see? I had it aimed at the red-haired guy, hit the trigger, and it panned over and fucking aimed at the wrong guy. I hate how the fucking aiming in this works. God, man, that pisses me off, because then I have to run him all the way to the turret, then come back. I know it's not that big of an inconvenience, but fuck, man. I was aiming at the red-haired guy. The fuck? Right, maybe it's my own fault. I'm trying to blame someone else. I just got to aim more carefully. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Hopefully they don't rush it and they get it out in a reasonable amount of time and it's not super bugged. Because I actually played Entropia on the original engine. If anyone doesn't know, Mindark has already done this before, where they released Entropia and then later on they upgraded the engine and they switched everything over. And some players hated it. Like, they just didn't like the new engine we're using now, so they quit the game and never came back. So will that happen again? Only time will tell. If I had to guess, there's definitely going to be some players that will just quit the game. They'll be like, fuck it, I like the old engine better, and they'll never switch to the new one. But if I had to guess too, if they're going to be able to play this on cell phones, that's going to be a fucking deal breaker for a lot of people. They'll be like, holy shit, we can play Entropia on cell phones now, the full game. That'll get like the community to fucking explode in a good way. So I could be wrong about that, who knows. Maybe a lot of people quit, maybe a lot of people will join. Only time will tell. Alright, let's go back and read the rest of the article. Who knows, maybe I can turn the game action sounds down just a little bit so people don't have to hear the sweating as much. Let's try turning it down a bit. If it's still too loud, let me know, everyone, and I'll turn it down even more. Yeah, because pretty much everyone's just listening to me talk, and we're not really doing much for that wise. Alright, let's answer one of the best questions for the Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5, does it work with cell phones? Alright, so here's the question answered. It says Unreal Engine 5 supports mobile, current, and next-gen consoles, and PC. So it's basically compatible with every platform that's available today. So that makes sense for the metaverse to use Unreal 5 because it's literally available on anything. And Ken, another avid Entropia player, I've talked to him quite a bit on Facebook about that, and he said, yeah, he's really looking forward to seeing Entropia on more platforms. He really wanted to see it on PlayStation and Xbox, and I was kind of debating with him about it. Like, some of the major issues with that was that it's like a gambling game. I know that like a lot of people, like especially Mindark, they don't consider Entropia officially gambling. But yeah, I know a lot of other people would consider it gambling, so that's one of the main hurdles for getting it on home consoles. And probably because it couldn't run properly. So anyways, let's bring up the article now. So just to touch on that, it does say that if they get Entropia, the new game, working for Unreal 5, it will be supported not only PC, but home consoles and mobile devices. Imagine it came out on Switch. That'd be so weird, eh? See Entropia and fucking Nintendo team up. That'd be a deadly combination. Probably not in a good way. All right, the unique real cash economy unites many of the worlds inside Entropia and lets everyone on a zero budget, newcomer to senior veteran avatar, engage at their own level. See, that's one of the things that I loved about Cybertown, and I love to a certain degree with Entropia, is really when it comes to hanging out with other players, you actually don't need any money. So when you hear all those Entropia players bitching, like former players going, oh, I had to deposit.
Like, oh God, I had to deposit day after day after day, or I just couldn't play the game.
It's like, no, that isn't true. It turns out you actually can play the game. You're just trying to gamble all the time. And that's why you're having to deposit all the time. So that's why Cybertown, it was literally built that every player had an apartment so they could hold social gatherings, hang out with other people, and they did not have to deposit. Until later on in the game, then they did add the deposit and everyone quit, moved on. But anyways, yeah, just as a little thing about what killed Cybertown, it was the deposits. Mandatory deposits. Yeah, Digger Do Vibes is funny. He's saying that it's not really gambling, it's dynamic. If anyone's seen the interview, Mindark official got interviewed and they brought up the whole gambling part. Oh yeah, that was in the video that I starred in. I almost forgot. Well, I didn't star in it, but I was part of it. It was, let's bring up the video. I know I shouldn't always be self-promoting, but dear God, this was my 15 minutes of fame, so I gotta share it every chance I can. Alright, so just go into YouTube and type in, what was it called again? People Makes Games, and type in Entropia. So People Makes Games Entropia. Come on, fuck off. Let me type, you piece of shit. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm drinking ginger ale. I ran out of juice today, so I ended up drinking some Popeye, kicking around. Alright, so if you type those in, and you bring up, what is it? Can you really get rich quick in the world's only cash-based MMO? That's the video that we're talking about when we're talking about the Mindark official debating if it's actually gambling. And I actually play a part in the video as well. And if anyone's wondering, they did ask me about it first, so they just didn't put me in it without knowing. But I had no idea that it was actually going to be used in a popular video. Like, fuck, man, it got over 1 million views. Really wish I put on a clean shirt that day. Just kidding. No. Well, yeah, it was kind of neat. That was my 15 minutes of fame, but it's well over now. It did help me get quite a few subs to my channel. I was surprised. It was nice. They gave my channel a shout out and everything. Alright, so let's see. Unreal Engine, Epic Games, new budget. Ah, here it is. So it says, join us inside the Entropia universe, or browse on, find out more about Mindark's history and the business opportunities we offer. If you're looking for a challenge or opportunity like no other in the game industry, check out our career section. So this is where it really got interesting. Did anyone notice? Entropia is hiring a lot. They're hiring senior animators, or rigger. Now, the rigger, that's kind of funny, because that's one of the terms that we use for the guys that work at the oil rigs. The riggers. But anyways, the producer, product owner, experienced programmer. So if I had to guess, this is related to the Mindark's use of Unreal Engine 5. They're going to have to hire a whole bunch of new people so that they can get Unreal Engine 5 going. So I think this is great news. We actually see evidence that they're in the process of getting Unreal Engine 5 going. Alright, so let's bring up, so this was the big news back in June. It was almost July, June 30th. Now, should I open another page? I'm pretty sure they'll be okay. Shouldn't be any boobs showing up. If there is, sorry. Not that everyone hates boobs. Man. No, we should be okay. We can make it bigger. Alright, so Mindark signs a deal for Unreal Engine 5. Mindark and Epic Games have finalized a deal to use Unreal Engine 5 for the development of Entropia Universe, the world's longest running metaverse. See, Mindark is totally running with this metaverse terminology, right? I bet you they're happy when Facebook changed theirs to metaverse, so now they're like in head-to-head competition with Facebook. I don't know how much of a real competition it'll be. We'll see, but it might just be a slaughter. We'll see. Entropia's universe, unique real cash economy combined with Unreal 5, amazing graphics, and development tools will keep Entropia Universe positioned as the true metaverse of the future. See, they're trying to be the metaverse. And that's courtesy of Henrik, the CEO of Mindark. Now, to be fair, Henrik seems like a little bit of a nice guy pushover, but maybe he's got a dark side that we just haven't seen yet, and he'll be doing good. Let's hope. Now, you got to think he's doing pretty damn good already if he's got fucking Unreal Engine 5 going. So yeah, that Henrik guy is proving me wrong more and more each day. Let's hope. Now, I just look at like business executives. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you should have a really nice guy in charge. But I just think that nice guys usually finish last. So we kind of need like some cutthroat demon in charge of the company to really like get shit done. But who knows? We'll see. Mindark is a Sweden-based developer of Entropia. It's been running since 2003. All right, the partnership with Epic Games will enable Mindark to leverage Unreal Engine 5 as a powerful platform for the future development of Entropia. Entropia Universe Real Cash had over 450 million in 2020. So they're still around that same number. Remember they were bragging 400 million? Now they're at like 450 million. So it hasn't really changed, pretty steady. And yeah, I could have swore 2020 was an epic year, so maybe it was down for a while. Anyways, migrating the universe will be the third graphics engine update in the astonishing 20-year history of Entropia. That's what I was talking about. I've been here for the whole fucking ride. I know I didn't sign up the first year, but I actually played on the first engine. It was when the first engine quit and they upgraded to the second engine that I took a long break from the game, because I had to save up and buy a better computer to actually run the game again. And then I wasn't able to do it until I moved out and got my own apartment, and then that's when I really started to play Entropia again. Fuck, man, that's when I became an Entropia addict, and I was playing it like 14 hours a day. Oh man, those were epic days. Anyways, Unreal Engine 5 will allow Mindark team to improve and optimize the graphics. Yeah, that'll be fucking sick. They'll be able to deliver high quality content and updates more quickly. Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping. I was thinking everyone makes fun of Mindark that they're so slow when it comes to doing new stuff in Entropia. You got to think about it. They're working with like ancient sticks and stones technology. Like when you look at the engine that we're currently playing on Entropia, it's fucking old school, right? So they're always like fighting their, not only getting the updates, but getting it working on this like fucking archaic technology. So that's what I was thinking. Maybe they're just using it as an excuse, but maybe that's really what's the problem. As soon as they get a new engine, they'll be able to do the game a lot better justice. Because you know, you constantly hear it. I was just reading a lot of the complaints. Players are always bitching that they can't get shit finished. How many times you want to bet they're trying as hard as they can to get it finished, but the fucking technology is just biting them in the ass. They got this old engine where they just can't finish anything. So hopefully this will be the end of the excuses, and once they have Unreal Engine 5, they'll actually be able to get shit more done quicker. Yeah, it's not no new stuff. What Digger Do Vibes is saying is releasing half-finished systems and never fixing them. So that's what I was thinking, that could be it. Maybe they're like, oh, let's develop this new thing. And then they start developing it, release it, and then realize that the engine they're working with just can't handle it. So hopefully this Unreal Engine 5 will fix that problem. Can't promise anything, but let's hope. Yeah, because remember they were always promising the new big space updates? That's what I wanted to cover in today's episode, but I don't think we'll have time. Maybe next episode we'll be able to cover what was the new space updates. I know Bonnie did an episode where she was flying around in a new spaceship. It looked fucking epic. So yeah, hopefully I'll find out more information about that. Yeah, and if anyone wants to come on as a guest, so far we got Martin lined up. We've got Ken lined up. I'd like to do like an interview with someone who's like not as big name in Entropia so I could work out some of the bugs sound-wise and technical issues. But so if anyone's not like a super Entropia player and just an average player, but they're still okay with coming on and chatting, that'd be fucking really helpful. But yeah, that's what I figure. If we can get a few guests lined up for Entropia and get more guest shows, I think it'll help my channel and the content in general. Because it is always nice to be able to chat with other people, not just over text, but actual chat. And because I'm fucking spending so much time alone in these lockdowns, it'll help me mentally as well. Alright, so the Unreal Engine Platform 5 enables Mindark to secure the future of the universe as a bleeding edge virtual world for many years to come, and to continue to pioneer development of the world's leading real cash economy. Yeah, that's the thing. If they start going head to head with Facebook, they might not be able to say the cutting edge or whatever it is best economy. Because man, can you imagine Facebook does the metaverse and they do real money? That'll be one hell of a competition. Alright, so it says here that they've been... Oh wait, here I almost skipped the most important part. The Unreal Engine 5 platform enables... Oh yeah, I just read that. Never mind. For a second there I thought it said 5 platform. Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was getting confused with the devices. Anyways, we've been working closely with Epic Games to finalize the special agreement between our two companies, and the deal ensures availability of the latest cutting-edge graphics and development tools that will enable Entropia Universe to continue pushing the boundaries of the open world online genre, says David Simmons. David Simmons, chairman of Mindark. Isn't he one of the guys that owns part of, what is it called, Next Island? Could be wrong. Seems like there's a lot of Daves around. Alright, so the Epic Games Store currently boasts more than 160 million PC gamers. The console market with over 143 million. And along with the worldwide mobile. So yeah, they're even saying it here. Oh, Epic Games as in Fortnite. Yeah, that's what I believe it is. Could be the same company. So wouldn't that be weird? Entropia is going to be working with a company that does fucking some of the best games around. Right, so they're even boasting that when they switch over to this engine, that they are going to add the 2 billion gamers that are on mobile. So that's fucking huge. Like, I think a lot of people were saying, yeah, right, Leland, you're full of shit. The new Entropia engine is not going to support mobile. Fucking says it right here. Not to make fun of those people, because I know they could have been right. I was just guessing. So along with the worldwide mobile market, says it right there. Fucking highlighted it. Wow, man. Can you imagine we get all the fucking mobile gamers to try Entropia and some of them like it and stay? Can you imagine 1 billion people in Entropia? Oh, God. That's what I was thinking. All these game shares and stuff. As much as I said that cryptocurrency is the better investment, if all of a sudden we got 1 billion players joined Entropia, Entropia's currency might be the cryptocurrency of the fucking future. Can you imagine? I know some people ask me, like, what's so great about Entropia's virtual currency? One thing is you can transfer shitloads of money to other people without paying any tax. Because I know if I'm in Canada and I say I want to give someone like $20,000, I can't just give it to them in cash. I can't send it to them like through my bank, or the government will take a huge cut of it because they have these taxes on giving gifts. So that's one thing about Entropia's currency that's fucking amazing. I could be like, hey, you need $20,000? Let me give it to you in Entropia money, so that way we don't have to pay this giant fucking tax to the government. So I don't know how that's going to work, if the government will get their hands in there. If there's 1 billion people that start exchanging money tax-free, I can just imagine the government will be like, hey, Mindark, we need a cut. We're fucking handing out money like crazy and running taxes through the roof, giving all these socialist fucking communist programs. They're going to need to tax Mindark if it ever reached that point where they got that many people. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Mindark does have their own fees, like withdrawal fees and stuff, but definitely a lot less than the government taxes. Yeah, so that's a new market segment that could potentially be tapped. And who doesn't want to tap the most things possible, right? Get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah, Digger Do Vibes is right. They probably will, the government will get their hands in it eventually. I think the only reason they haven't yet is because Mindark has pretty much been really small potatoes. As soon as Mindark actually got like really fucking into the billions of dollars, you can bet your bottom dollar that the government will get their hands in it. All right, the global games industry revenue for 2020 was around 174 billion. Holy fuck. And is expected to reach 196 billion by 2022. That's the thing, if the metaverse did become super popular and everyone started using it to exchange currencies, you can bet it would increase. All right, about Mindark PA and AB. Mindark is an independent game development company dedicated to establishing the metaverse of the future by converging online games, virtual worlds, social platforms. The company is based out of Sweden, and they only have 60 employees. You know what I should really do? I really got to try to get a Mindark employee on the show. I got to stop making fun of them so much, but that's just in my nature. You can tell I make fun of everyone that I like, so I spend most of my time alone. I swear it's the lockdown's fault. Alright, so Mindark is best known for developing continuously updating award-winning online universe, building on 2 decades of experience. Alright, see if we got any other big updates in here. About Entropia Universe. If anyone wants to see a cool video about the Entropia Universe, not to like tout my own work, but I got a playlist about all my Entropia content. It's called the Entropia playlist. Let's show it. Where is it? Oh, I'm at liked videos and not playlist. Anyways, if you go into my video playlist, I did a video where I, what is it called? Oh, here it is, created playlist. What is it? Entropia. Here it is. View full playlist. Alright, so if you go into my view full playlist and you look at all the videos, we got my live videos. Oh fuck, I accidentally put a Clone Evolution one in there. I'll have to move that later. But anyways, if you go into it, here it is. The Knowing Entropia episode 62. I dumped the DVD that I got from Never Die at a convention. It's got 5 videos and 2 PDF files. So I go over all the information about what Entropia was when it like first started. So if anyone wants to see the history of Entropia, that's pretty much, I don't know if anyone's done a better video, but I don't know, that DVD, it was action-packed with stuff about how the game was first developed and what its goals were. Yeah, and then I've got all my other live streams. Sorry if I get carried away on politics and some stuff, but I'll try to keep it more video game related. Alright, so that's what we got for Mindark for that. I think we're okay there. Looks like that's in Swedish. I don't know, Google's not offering me any options to translate it. Better stop clicking on stuff before boobs show up on the screen. Alright, so yeah, I guess next episode what I'll try to do is get more information about the actual space updates. But I think we covered quite a bit of the metaverse. Fuck, we talked about it for almost 2 hours. Holy shit. It's like a goddamn feature-length film here. Let's see how much sweat I gathered in this time. Yeah, I haven't checked. Has anyone seen the price of sweat lately? It'd be nice if it went up again. That was actually my most favorite thing to do when I first got back into playing Entropia. Being a sweat trader, God, is it ever fun. Like buying and selling sweat from people. I know people make fun of it a lot, but I've really never had more fun doing anything else. Because when you're doing that, all you need is a contact where you can sell big stacks of sweat, like 1 million bottles of sweat for a higher price than most people pay. And then you can just go around buying it up cheap. Bam. Oh, Euros is saying sweat selling for 1.4. That's fucking epic. So yeah, basically what you'd have to do is go around, buy sweat for like 1.1 or 1.2 maybe. And then once you buy 1 million bottles, have a connection. Usually it's a mothership owner, because the mothership owners usually have the unlimited blueprint where they can make, welding wire unlimited. So yeah, then they need to buy shitloads of sweat. Like the one guy I used to sweat trade with, who was a Sibby, he was buying 1 million bottles of sweat off me like every 3 days. So I would just go on a buying spree where I'd try to buy as much sweat as I could and then find Sibby and be like, hey man, you want to buy the sweat? And he would, and I would just be raking in the profits. But obviously that's kind of a rough job because a lot of people bitch at you. They're like, hey, stop buying all the sweat. I don't know. It's still a lot of fun because you get to meet all the new players or just starting the game, get to chat with them about what they like about it. Who knows? Maybe I could offer a higher sweat price for people that want to come on the show and chat. That'd be cool too. Alright, so I guess let's do some more running around. I don't want to sweat the whole time. Let's go collect some kegs. Let's go collect some oil. If anyone's heard about the gifts that came out for Halloween, if they came out or what they were, that'd be great to know. I might cover that in my next episode. Because there is a form that someone made that covers all the gifts, and they'll let me know if I missed it or not. Oh yeah, and the other video game news I was going to talk about, I don't know if anyone heard about the new movie coming out. It's called 8-Bit Christmas. Oh man, does that fucking movie ever look epic. I won't show the trailer, but I'll show the link of where you can watch it. So the movie is called 8-Bit Christmas, and it stars Neil Patrick Harris, and it's about a kid who wants to get his first Nintendo Entertainment System, and he's trying to get it for Christmas, and man, does that fucking ever look like a good Christmas movie. I know some people say that it's too old school and it's too nostalgia, but man, I'm in my 40s, and that's like right up my alley, so if anyone wants to see a good Christmas movie about video games, I highly recommend checking that one out. I've only watched the trailer for it, but man, the trailer, it like almost brings tears to my eye. I used to love that shit. Man, oh man. I guess we can swing by Camp Crunk, see if we can do a little bit of hunting today. Yeah, like someone put in the chat about, yeah, you can hunt vixens a month on a $10 budget. See, that's the thing. If you want to hunt vixens, you can make money, but it's going to cost you, what was he saying, 10 bucks? If you want to hunt and actually profit every time, this is how you can do it. I know some Mindark officials were complaining about this, so they actually stopped people from doing it in certain locations. But I think you're still allowed to do it here. So what you do is you run around Camp Crunk. You can swing by my shop. That's the one that says Vote Never Die. And if you have like one of the cheapest guns, what do I call it, the AI pistol or whatever, it costs very little to fire. And the enemies we're looking to kill are the AI. And the trick with this is if someone's here killing the zombies, AI will start to appear. And if you kill the AI, you get fucking kick-ass rewards. Like you're going to make a big profit. Not obviously like thousands of head profit, but more than you put into ammo by a long shot. And the trick is you can't be the one to kill the zombies. If you kill the zombies and then kill the AI, you just won't profit. So it is kind of like a moocher technique, where to be fair, what you really should do, if you see anyone killing the zombies, ask them. They'll be like, is it okay if I kill some of the AI? Because technically it's their AI. But sometimes people kill the zombies and they don't care about the AI. So they're like, yeah, kill as many of the AI as you want. Then you can fucking rake in the profits. So if you do this hunting trick, you can just keep hunting forever and profit. But the hard part is finding someone who will trigger the AI for you. The easiest way to do this trick before that Mindark banned it was they used to have a place called Club Never Die where you could kill the vixens. And if people are killing vixens, it would also trigger the AI. And the problem with doing it there is people would fight for the AI. Like you'd have to try to shoot them with a better gun. Because if you tried shooting them with the AI pistol, you just wouldn't kill them in one hit. Oh, we got some care root. Yeah! Raking it in. That's the thing, if you're looking for the AI up here, you usually find a lot of fruit and rocks too. I was gonna say that, but I was like, fuck man, I'll jinx it, not find any. But we already found some, so I can mention it. Yeah, so that's the trick. If you want to fight a Club Never Die and get the AI, you can, but other people will kill it, and you might waste ammo because you won't get the last kill. And if you don't get the last hit, then you don't get the points. See, I'm trying to get 40 AI. But what happened was, if you kill a whole bunch of the vixens, some of the AI would come out, but they would stop coming out once the people left hunting. But if you took the AI and you drowned some of them, as long as there was a whole bunch built up in the AI pool from people hunting the vixens, if you drowned a few of the vixens, they would just keep coming. So I think Mindark, well, they wouldn't keep coming. They would come out a little bit until the pool of how many people had killed to draw them had ran out. So eventually, yeah, the AI wouldn't come for infinite, but you could get a couple of them by drowning the vixens. So I think Mindark got upset about that because they thought it was infinite amount of vixens or infinite amount of AI, which it wasn't. It was still just the amount that people had killed to trigger. So that's why I don't get why they called it an exploit. I was like, what the fuck? It's not really an exploit because people still have to kill the mobs to trigger them. So that was wicked. Like, I used to be able to complete this AI mission every day until they stopped it and said it was an exploit. So I was like, fuck, man. There went my favorite hunting trick out the window. Now, to be fair, I was making about like 20 Project Entropia dollars every day from completing the AI mission. So that was pretty good profits. That's like $2 US a day, right? I know when someone looks at that, they'd laugh and they'd be like, oh, you make $2 a day? That's fucking pathetic. But for Entropia, that was actually really good money. Because A, you're hunting for a fucking living, and you're hunting without going broke. Most people that hunt always have to deposit. It doesn't matter what size mobs they kill. So it doesn't look like anyone's been hunting the zombies here, so because I don't see any of the AI. But you never know, if someone comes by and kills some zombies, boom, there'll be AI here and you can start finishing the mission and you'll make a profit. God, I miss the days of doing the AI mission. That's actually one of the reasons why I stopped playing Entropia for so long, is I used to love doing this AI mission. But as soon as they started calling it an exploit to hunt them at Club Never Die, I was like, what the fuck? My favorite mission is now considered an exploit. Now, I always recommend make sure you follow the rules with Entropia. If you find out anything that's an exploit, you're not allowed to do it, or you get your account risk banning. So that's why I'm like, hey, I don't do the Club Never Die anymore because I found out that they were upset about it. And as soon as I found out, I was like, fuck it, man, can't do it anymore because now they're upset about it. Maybe we'll swing by Club Never Die and just see if anyone else is still doing it or if the Mindark official is still there telling people not to do it. I actually took down, I used to have a YouTube video all about it, but I took it down after I found out that people were complaining that it was an exploit. Even though I don't think it was ever confirmed that it was a real exploit. Because you still had to kill the vixen in order to get them to come out. Or I think what they might have considered an exploit was other people were killing them. So even though it wasn't you killing them, someone was still killing them. I don't think stealing the loot from other players' kills is really an exploit, is it? It's just part of the game. Especially if the player's left. Like if a player kills like 1,000 vixens and then they don't care about the AI, why should it matter if another player comes and finishes them off? It's like as long as they get finished off, that's the goal, right? Get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah, it's going to be tough to do the what is it, Clone Evolution episode today. I might try, but man, I killed my voice talking about the Entropia for so long quick there. Alright, so yeah, we only got a little bit of fruit. We didn't see any AI. And if anyone's wondering, if you kill these zombies, will the AI come? If you just use the turret or if you just use the water? It's no, they don't come at all. Someone actually has to kill them with real bullets. The Rode amp. You know, I was thinking about making those. Yeah, the markup's not too bad. I've got the blueprint to make those, so that's how I was considering it. I haven't done a crafting run in ages. God, that'd be fun to do. So if anyone's wondering with my shop, I do have a shopkeeper now. I've got some new armor that I put for sale. So if anyone can buy the armor, that would help me out a lot. I've got it for sale under markup. If anyone wants to give me some clothes so that I can dress up my shopkeeper a little bit more appropriately, she's wearing no pants right now. So I would definitely appreciate that. I know some players are asking me to leave her topless, but in order to keep these streams allowed on YouTube, I think she needs to wear at least some clothes. As much as I'd like to leave her topless. Oh yeah, you have to buy the bodysuit. If you buy the bodysuit and put it on her, she'll be totally naked. Not that I would do that. No, I need to get a life. Here I'm talking about the amazingly hot naked babes in Entropia. Alright, so Martin, I was planning on doing a stream with him, so if he happens to watch this one, I'll just let him know I still got the item for him. He wanted to get this item from me. And I guess you can still trade it. It's got a market value. And what this item... Oh, fuck, man. Oh, yeah, I moved it to my inventory. For a second there, I thought I dropped it or something. And if anyone wants to see what this item is that Martin wants, Never Die's plan was to link Entropia with cryptocurrencies. So he was going to link Ethereum and the blockchain all to, like, actual Entropia. And if his plan would have went through, everyone in Entropia would be millionaires right now. But instead, we fought him, and Never Die's plan never worked, and we all lost because of it. So just keep that in mind when everyone's fighting Never Die's plans. Like, man, he's like ahead of the ball in a lot of cases. Like, you look at Never Die's video and how he made all his money in Entropia, he's been one step ahead of the game for so long. And people always doubt him, and he always proves them wrong. So I was like, fuck, man, if only we would have listened to Never Die. And for the people that bitch about Never Die, I don't hold it against you, because I've been in the same boat. I've always been critical of Never Die's ideas, especially that teleport token idea he had. I was very skeptical of that. But in hindsight, I was like, fuck, man, I should almost put my faith in Never Die. Because a lot of times people are skeptical of him, and he comes through. You can't hold it against him. Like, he always comes through on these plans, and fuck, man, a lot of his plans actually work. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. If anyone's been into the retro video game community, I've been trying to emulate PS2 because I got an NVIDIA Shield and it emulates a lot of consoles really well. But PS2 was just one of those consoles that doesn't emulate very well. Oh, there's people collecting oil there already. So guess what I did? I broke out my old PS2 out of storage, shined it all up, cleaned it up with some rubbing alcohol. And guess what I did now? I got a PS2 wireless controller. So I can play my PlayStation 2 wirelessly. And if anyone else has heard, one of the things that you can do with PS2, it's called Free McBoot, and it's just like a little memory card file that you put on a PlayStation 2 memory card, or you can buy a memory card that already has the file on it. And once you got the file, Free McBoot, all you have to do is copy any PlayStation 2 game you want, doesn't matter what region. You can even play the Japanese ones, you can even play the European games, you can play the American ones. And how it works is you put the game files on the USB stick, pop it in your PlayStation 2, and you can just play them right off the USB stick. It's fucking amazing. Now the only thing legality-wise is you're supposed to own the original disc. So I don't recommend anyone doing it for games that they don't actually have the disc for. But yeah, I've got a huge collection of PS2 games and I didn't want to burn out my disc drive, so I got Free McBoot working. And the only issues with Free McBoot on the PlayStation 2 is because it runs off a USB 2 drive. You know, it's like PlayStation 2 was USB 2. What is it, USB 3 didn't come out yet. So it's a little bit limited with how fast the data can travel from the USB stick onto the PlayStation 2. So if you try to play like load scenes, like, you know, video cut scenes and stuff, they play choppy. It'll still play the video, but it'll sort of like stutter. But every other part of the game, like the actual gameplay parts of it, it plays fine, normal speed. Oh, and the only thing that else restricts you is if you have a game that's bigger than 4 gigs. Because USB 2 file format, the biggest they could do was FAT32, and that limits you to 4 gig files. So for really good games like Burnout 2 that have crash mode, it's 4.7 gigs. So it's too big to fit on the USB card. Like, obviously it'll fit on the USB stick, but the file, it needs to be one file. Can't be multiple files. So then it's too big to be all in one file. But you know what the solution is? If you got the PlayStation Fat with the hard drive, yeah, just keep in mind, I think the free McBoot only works with the PlayStation Fat. Yeah, the Wii I heard has one too. I'm getting to that part also. So what happened is the PlayStation 2, the Fat, actually has a hard drive. So if you can just copy the games to the hard drive instead of the USB stick, then you don't have to worry about any of those restrictions. It'll actually play the videos in full speed, and you can play bigger games. But the problem is the PlayStation 2 hard drive, like the one that came out with Final Fantasy, it's a little bit on the small side. I think like 60 gigs or something. So you can't really fit that many games. Well, when you think of how big a PlayStation 2 game is, it's about 4 to 5 gigs. So you can actually still fit quite a lot of games. Maybe like 10 games or whatever. But another way a person found a solution to that problem is they came up with an attachment that allows you to put an SD card instead of a hard drive. So that's one of the things I ordered from China, and I'm going to install it soon. So now I'll have like a SD card instead of a slow hard drive, and I'll be able to put like hundreds of games. So obviously I'll only put games that I own. I know the retro community is a very like dodgy community. We're kind of bending the rules when it comes to a lot of it, but so yeah, I was like really peaked about this. I'm like, shit, man, the PlayStation emulation community for PlayStation 2 fucking kicks ass with all the mods you can do. So I guess what I checked. I was looking up Dreamcast. I love playing Dreamcast as well. And it's another console that the NVIDIA Shield, it can't emulate it very well. It can, but it stutters and some of the games don't play great. So I was like, fuck, man, imagine there were some upgrades to the Dreamcast. Guess what I found out? This time, instead, because Dreamcast doesn't have a hard drive option, the modding community got a fucking adapter to take out the disk drive and change it to a fucking SD card. So now you can just put all your games on a Dreamcast SD card, put it in the console, you're playing Dreamcast off an SD card. And they say it plays everything full speed, 100% compatibility, because it's the actual Dreamcast hardware. So I was like, fucking A, man, that's the next upgrade I want to do for retro gaming. I got to dig out my Dreamcast out of storage and see about doing the upgrades. Now the problem with the Dreamcast upgrade is when you switch it over to the SD card, it tends to overheat. So unless you put an extra fan in it, it might overheat, break your system. So what some people found was a solution was they changed the power supply. So they actually came up with an easy plug and play mod for the power supply as well. And it's neat. There's only like 2 screws or 3. You unscrew those screws, unhook the wire. It's not even cutting a wire. It's just like plug and play. And you put in the new power supply. Boom. Solves the overheating issue. And what was the other mod? They also got a mod to go to HDMI, but that involves soldering. And soldering's a little bit beyond my skill level, so I'm just going to go with the regular Dreamcast mods. Oh yeah, and Dreamcast, they also got a wireless controller attachment now. Oh yeah, and the fucking wild thing about Dreamcast, they're still making new games. So the modding community is still making new Dreamcast games, so you can get new games every year for the fucking Dreamcast. So I've been really hyped about that. I think I might actually stream some of my older gameplay, but We'll see how much of it I actually get working. Right now, all I got working is the PS2. And to be fair, a lot of my favorite PS2 games were online only. So it's like it's been harder to get them working. Like I can actually play them, but connecting online is harder. And if anyone hasn't heard, you can actually play old games online still. I'll show you how, if anyone hasn't heard. Yeah, isn't this wild that the retro community is doing such good work? I know they face a lot of legal hurdles when doing it, but dear God, man, everyone in the retro community fucking kicks ass. Well, maybe not everyone, but most of them. There we go. I think I like the retro community a lot too, because Entropia is basically the retro community as well. This game is basically retro at this point. Fuck, it's like 20 years old. Alright, so let's check. What do we got for that? Did I save it? Fuck, man, I meant to save it and I always forget to save it. I think it was called Kai Link or something like that. Or X-Link Kai, that's it. So if anyone hasn't heard, there actually is a way to play old games online, like especially console games. Oh fuck, I'll have to land the ship. I know this is kind of off topic for Entropia, but man, I love retro gaming so much. When I found out, I wanted to share it with everyone. I know most people that are into retro probably already know, but just in case anyone doesn't, this is fucking epic. And this will get to what the other viewer comment was too. It's also some Wii games I think you can play. Oh fuck. I always get that where, fuck man, I hit the alt button and it fucks up my controls. Thank God I remembered how to switch it instead of ranting and raving like a lunatic. Alright, let's see. See if we can get some kegs while we talk about Cobra Kai, or what is it, X-Link Kai. I got Cobra Kai on my mind. I haven't even watched the show. If anyone's wondering, since I quit smoking weed and drinking booze, the only thing I've been watching lately is, what is it, the CU podcast with Pat and Ian. God, I love that show. I shouldn't say I'm kind of one of their trolls in their page because I like to argue with a lot of their topics. But damn, do I ever love the show on topics. Just because I'm arguing with it doesn't mean I hate it or anything. I fucking love it. I even signed up to be a patron to Pat, thinking that it was unlocking all the stuff for the show where I get the other episodes that they only play for subscribers. And then I found out he's got 2 patrons. So he's got one for the CU podcast and he's got one for himself. So I subscribed to him by accident. So I'm going to have to cancel my patron to Pat and switch it to the CU podcast. Which was all fucked up, man, because I was on the CU podcast when I subscribed to his patron. I was just following the link. And for some reason I thought he only had one. Yeah, so let's bring it up here. Come on. X-Link Kai. Now, if anyone wants to know, just type in X-Link Kai. There it is. Trying to open it. It's opening fucking slow as molasses. Dear God, man. Look at this list of supported games. They support the original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox Series X. Man, that must be risky. They support GameCube games, Wii U, Switch, PlayStation 2, 3, 4, PlayStation Portable, and Vita. So if anyone's disappointed that their game servers got shut down by the official companies, just check out X-Link Kai. They fucking still have some of these servers open. And then the best part is, I just got into collecting Xbox because I've never owned an Xbox before. So I got a 360. I've got one that's souped up. But I was a little disappointed that I couldn't play it online. And then I found out X-Link Kai, you can actually still play it online. So that's fucking epic. So here's a list of their games, what you can play on Xbox. This is a fucking huge list, so we'll have to go through quick. Xbox 360. some of the Halo games that are just getting shut down on the official servers, you can actually still play them with X-Link Kai. So that's fucking wicked. I know, like, I love the Halo series, so I might actually play some of these on X-Link Kai. We'll see. I might just play the offline versions. What happened was I asked my roommate slash mom if I could get some help with her, because she shops at secondhand stores all the time, if she could pick up some cheap games. And she was picking up 360 games for 50 cents each. So now I have a fucking collection of Xbox 360 games of like hundreds of them. And she's like, oh, they're only 50 cents each, I'll just give them to you. And I was like, fucking sweet. So now I got like this giant collection. And it's funny because I haven't like literally played any of them. So I have like a shelf of like 200 games. Haven't played one. Well, I did play one of the Xbox ones, or one of the Halo ones. So there's Xbox One, Xbox 360. Yeah, here's the Halo games. Man, I want to play some of those online. And if anyone's getting their hopes up about the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 2 selection is a little bit limited. Like, all my favorite games that I used to like playing on PlayStation 2 are not supported. SOCOM 2, that's one I might go and play. That's a fucking epic game. That's actually one of the best first-person shooters. It was actually the original Fortnite. If anyone likes Fortnite, you'll fucking love, well, you might not love it, but it's the same type of game. It was like the original Fortnite. It's basically a battle royale where everyone starts somewhere and you have to go running around the level, and as all your teammates die, it switches you, like say you die, now you're watching the screens of all the teammates that you have on your team that are still alive. So you get to see through their eyes and try to help them. You could use the headset and be like, hey man, someone's coming. I could be getting some of it wrong, but yeah, it was a really fun game. Yeah, so it's fucking epic. If anyone's part of that X-Link Kai community, thanks a million. It's fucking epic that they're keeping some of these PlayStation and other console games alive. Yeah, and I'll try to do a video on my Dreamcast upgrades, but that'll just be in general, like my gaming channel. I'll try to keep it separate from the Entropia stuff, because I know not all Entropia players are into retro stuff. Holy shit, we made it up to... Oh yeah, soldering. Yeah, someone's mentioning. Alright, let's try to cover all the viewer chat in case I missed any messages. We'll give a read out to all the viewers and give them a shout out. Thanks for being on the show. If anyone's got their own YouTube channel that they want me to plug, just let me know in the chat. I don't mind plugging other people's shit. Pardon the pun. If any hot babes got stuff they need plugged. Oh God, I'm horrible. I really need to get out more. Speaking of getting out more, we'll have to go over my sponsors too. Yeah, let's do the funny sponsor first. Well, at least I find funny. And we'll get to the other affiliate links, and then we'll give a shout out to the viewers. Alright, let's do the sponsor.
Today's Entropia updates from Mindark are brought to you by Crunk. Crack, it'll fuck you up.
Alright, let's give a quick shout out to the other stuff. Society 6, finishing quick is my specialty. It's a saying that comes on t-shirts and bed sheets, both popular with the ladies. I'm trying to get a new store ready by Christmas, but it looks like I'm going to fail getting it by Christmas. Maybe we'll go by the European Orthodox Christmas. Hopefully we can get it done by then. And yeah, it'll replace the old Society 6 stuff. I'm going to get an embroidery machine and actually make my own stuff. Like, I'll be printing the merch. Who knows, maybe I'll talk to Entropia and see if I can print some stuff of theirs onto clothing. But I highly doubt they'll go for that. But we'll never know. Can't hurt to ask them. Right, anyways, Hideout TV is a system that'll pay you to watch videos. It's sort of like YouTube, except they split the revenue between the creators and the viewers. So viewers actually get paid to watch as well. And if you watch on, Amazon Fire Stick, it'll actually double the amount of money you're making. So I've heard anyways, I haven't tried it on Amazon yet, but anyways, Swagbucks, it'll pay you to shop. Sort of like Google, how they track your purchases, except Swagbucks actually gives you a percentage back. The only catch is you have to finish a quick survey on each product you purchase. They basically ask if you like it, if you'd buy it again, and such, like 2 or 3 small questions like that. You can even give really short answers. But anyways, yeah, then you get percentages back. GameKit will pay you to try games. It's actually how I stopped playing Entropia and switched to, what is it, Clone Evolution. They paid me to try Clone Evolution. God, did I love that game. How that works is if you make it to a certain level, they'll give you a cash payout, but they try to get you hooked in doing the in-game purchases. So you don't have to do the in-game purchase, but if you do, then yeah, it kind of depletes the purpose. But anyways, if you want to get paid to try games, yeah, there's GameKit. Free Bitcoin is a wallet system for crypto. We covered the other one today already, BetFury. They got free loot boxes that you can open. It'll give you small amounts of crypto. You can put it in a wallet, save it up, or you can gamble it. But if you got gambling issues, definitely stay clear of that. Just make sure you follow your regional laws, and including the ones for the virtual mate sex machine. It's for adults and men only, but if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. No, I have been working out more. I'm back to doing the 300 sit-ups a day and getting into decent shape. Hopefully I'll be able to do a, OnlyFans page soon. I know, as gross as it sounds, there's actually some ladies my age that want to see a page, so hey, why not? Anyways, can't let all of the ladies have all the fun. All right, so anyways, yeah, if you want $10 off on 150 more at Virtual Mate, they actually sent me a coupon code exclusive for the show. It's Lying BS. That's LYNBSN. And it's not bullshit. It's actually a real code. And they did send me a Virtual Mate. All I had to do was send the money. And I'm knocking stuff over. And yeah, just keep in mind, some people hate the Virtual Mate and other people love it way too much. Get a life, guys. Seriously. I'm just kidding. I'm looking in the mirror when I say that. All right, so let's see. We got my website, which is going to have my patron song. I got the song downloaded. I found one that I really liked, and it's a free royalty song, no lyrics. So I'm going to add my own lyrics to it, and I'll hopefully have it released by Christmas. I got to stop promising too much that I can't deliver, but we'll see. Hopefully I can get the song and website updated shortly. All right, let's get back to the game and read the viewers' comments and give them a shout out. All right, so who do we all have? Potato Memes. He says it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. Welcome back, Potato Memes. Euros. Thanks again, Euros. Appreciate you coming back to the chat. Lego my ego. No Lyman. Digger do vibes. And who else do we got? Is that it? No Lyman, Digger do vibes, Euros. Yep, that's everyone. Let's give a big round of applause for everyone. All right, what else do we want to do? We gave a shout out to that. I think there was one other thing I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I wanted to give everyone an update. My Vaporizer commercial, I'll air it quickly. We'll come back and do a little bit more Entropia stuff. But yeah, we'll air my Vaporizer commercial. I'll let it run through. And yeah, this commercial is kind of an old one. We got a sidecar model and the one that's in the commercial. And we're getting closer and closer to reaching 1,000 subs. If I can get 1,000 for, the YouTube page or even the Facebook group combined, then that's what we'll do, is we'll actually get the product going again. I know it's a bit risky, but I've got a whole bunch of them that I need to get rid of, so it might be a limited time thing, but we will get the company going again, maybe temporary, if we can reach 1,000. And so far we've only reached about 100, so about 10% of the way there. So anyways, let's check out the Vaporizer right now, and we'll be right back with more Entropia content, and we'll summarize everything we talked about, and what we'll talk about next week. Alright, welcome back everyone. Now I just ran to Studio Gate South. Gonna try to collect a little bit more sweat as we wrap up the show. I was hoping to get 1K sweat, but I guess we did a little bit too much talking, not paying attention to sweating enough. Now we've been streaming for over 2 hours. Really appreciate everyone who stuck through. Drop by to give it a like. And we got to finish reading the comments from everyone. Yeah, and if anyone's got answers they can help me out with, I'd really like to know if anyone's heard updates from Never Die. I know he took a lot of heat on his social media. I think he was going through some family tragedies, and yeah, hopefully he gets through everything and is able to come back in Entropia one day. That'd be fucking epic. Really miss the guy. No, it'd be neat if he came back and was our president again. We'll try to get Martin on the show and get some updates about what happened when he tried to become the new president. From what I gather is he contacted Mindark about it and it didn't go well. So we'll see. It's kind of weird because usually when I contact Mindark, they always are good about everything, which I was surprised because I kind of make fun of them a lot. So I figured maybe they would be not as like welcoming, but every time I talk to them, yeah, they're always very forward and they help me out with a lot of shit. So big shout out to the Mindark officials. I know they take a lot of heat as well. I know like when you're running a company, it's fucking not easy. I've already failed running a company multiple times, so hopefully I can change that. Alright, so Potato Memes said it's been a while. Euros, hey buddy. Lego my ego, hey Lelanders. No Lyman says, what's the article? Yeah, we covered the article from Mindark's official page and talking about the metaverse. And what else did we talk about? Oh yeah, the Unreal Engine 5. So that's what we covered. What else was there? Digger Vibes. He hopes Mindark takes the time. Yeah, I hope so too. Because that'll be the worst if they switch everyone to the new engine and they don't have it really working and it really sucks. We'll be like in a whole situation of pets all over again, where all the best features of the game don't even work. Right, so oh, how are things in Canada? Digger Vibes wants to know. Canada's been kind of a shit show. I know a lot of people are like leaving the major province of Ontario because they can't stand the way the government's dealing with the lockdowns and all that shit. But I try to think about it too, like when I'm bitching about lockdowns and how harsh it is in Canada. In Canada, we had it so easy for so long that it almost like everyone got soft and weak. So I was thinking now that we actually have some turmoil and hardship, it's not actually all that bad. It's teaching us a lesson sort of thing. No pain, no gain. So that's why I try not to bitch about everything being shit show in Canada. Could be worse, and I think it's helping in the long run. No, we got a lot of fights with Bill Gates and legal issues. I don't know if you've heard, but Bill Gates bought up all of our national railways. He's been holding back so that we can't even use our commuter trains anymore and like taking over the fucking country. And he had a huge issue with the protests of the natives. They started protesting on his tracks saying, you fucking billionaire, you want to shut down our country and take all our money? They'll fight him. So as they were fighting him, then all of a sudden the pandemic started and he vowed to get revenge and remove the natives off the tracks and said he'll never allow them back on again. And he'll find a way to do it. Then we had the pandemic lockdowns, public health measures, and they got rid of the natives off his track. Could be totally unrelated, I'm sure. But anyways, yeah, that's some of the shit going on in Canada. But a lot of the businesses, they actually rebounded because I know the government started just giving away free money. So now we're getting rapid inflation where like food that used to cost like $1 now costs $10. So everyone's like, yay, the minimum wage went up. Yay, they're giving free money away. But then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, but fucking shit's going up in price like really fast. So let's hope it's not too much of a disaster. I know there's different people on the internet that say they're trying to switch everyone to a new global currency and crashing the old economy is how they plan to do it. But hopefully that's just all hearsay. Right, so yeah, we talked about the gambling. You can hunt vixens for $10, or you can actually do the AI mission. It's a lot slower, but you could do it for free and even profit. Yeah, the half-finished systems in Entropia. That's what I really hate, is when Entropia promises and they can't deliver. I know I get that promise a lot too, where I promise too much and just can't follow through on it. I fucking hate when that happens. I even read that in my fortune cookie the other day. I hadn't seen my dad in like 2 years because of the lockdowns. So we went to visit him for his birthday. And I opened the fortune cookie after we finished our Chinese food. And it said, you got to stop promising so much that you can't deliver. I was like, fuck, man. Even the fortune cookie's right. So yeah, I'm working on all the stuff I promised. And hopefully I can finish half of it. Sort of like Mindark. Oh, Digger Do Vibes is in Switzerland. That's cool. Oh, yeah, and he says he actually has to report if he pays out. Yeah, technically in Canada you do as well. But what a lot of people do, not that I do it, is in Canada, it's basically on the honor system. So if you got like a paper trail that shows you've made money, then people tend not to report it. But no, I said it backwards. If there's a paper trail, they do report it. But if they can do like cash trades under the table, like sort of like the service industry, you know, they talk about women wanting equal pay in the workforce. Well, it turns out, in actual reality, women make drastically more money than men do. Why? Because they're doing service industry jobs like bartending and wait staff and that sort of stuff. And they make like $500 a day in tips sometimes. And they don't pay any on tax because they do it all in cash under the table. I know technically they're supposed to claim it and then pay income tax. Who knows? Maybe a lot of them do. And they have justified reasons for wanting equal pay to men. But yeah, that's all I always think when I hear that equal pay thing. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But anyways, now I'll try not to get too political. All right, yeah, that's what Digger Do Vibes was saying. There's a hack or a USB thing for the Wii as well. I'll have to check into that. I actually paid to modify my nephew's Wii, gave it to him so that he could just play like shitloads of games, ones that he already owns, backups of. But anyways, he stopped playing it, and I think my brother threw it out. I'm like, fucker, man, if you're going to throw it out, why not just give me the console back? I fucking love the Wii. I know I make fun of Nintendo a lot, but dear God, man, I like the Wii. I thought it was a great console. The boxing game for Wii Sports, I made it so far in that game that just one hit would kill you because it increases the difficulty every time you beat a level. So when I was playing Wii Sports, I made it so far in boxing that just one hit was death, instant death. So I was like, holy shit, man, was that game ever hard? But it was fun as hell. Yeah, and I miss it. It was a great workout. The only thing I'm glad that I don't still play the Wii is I started to get tennis elbow on one of my elbows. I swear it's from nothing gross. It's the left hand, right? I'm right-handed. Now, what I think I got tennis elbow from is I've actually been string trimming a lot at work and carrying my uncle, and it's a lot of wear and tear on my elbows. Oh yeah, and I started getting into working out hardcore. So yeah, definitely got a little bit of elbow issues. Alright, so he's got, Digger Do Vibe says he had to get a special formatting tool and a program that didn't ask me if I was sure as anything when I forgot to change D instead of C. Oh yeah, that's what they were warning when I seen on YouTube. They're like, hey, if you get the formatting tool when you're setting up these consoles, make sure that you don't put the wrong drive letter. Because they say if you put the wrong drive letter, you can accidentally format your computer. So yeah, that's not a good thing. Then you'd lose everything on your computer, so that would really suck. So hopefully that doesn't happen to too many people. Make sure you're careful with that. Oh yeah, Digger Do Vibe says that soldering irons are actually very easy to use. And you can make perfectly round holes in plastic and stuff. Yeah, to be fair, I actually got taught officially how to do soldering. I actually took an electronics class in high school. I've made circuit boards and stuff before. But the issue with soldering the one for Dreamcast is you're soldering connections on ribbons. So I don't know, most times when you're soldering like big wires and stuff, big wires are easier to deal with. No pun intended. But yeah, the smaller wires like ribbons, that's like really fine tuning soldering. So I was thinking, dear God, that fine tuning soldering, that's still a little bit above my pay grade. I especially don't want to fry my Dreamcast, even though I've had it in storage for so long. I haven't used it in like 20 years. So yeah, if anyone's a pro at soldering, yeah, you can probably handle the upgrade. But dear God, when I watched the video on how to do it, there's like, I don't know, like 10 or 20 different like microscopic wires that you have to solder. So who knows, if you're really good at soldering, that's probably not a big deal. But for me, when it comes to a Dreamcast, I don't mind hooking it up via the old like red, white, and yellow cords, because a lot of my TVs still support that. So I don't really have to switch to HDMI, especially if the Dreamcast itself doesn't actually support 1080. It seems kind of weird to hook it up via a 1080 connection. So yeah. Oh yeah, and the PlayStation 2, it actually can support 1080. All you have to do is buy there's a link cable that goes to red, green, and blue. I think that's what it is. So yeah, if you go to component cables, it actually can do 1080. And there's a couple games that support it, like what is that famous driving game? Fuck, I forget it. Anyways, there's a really famous driving game on PlayStation 2. It supports 1080. I think Jack Black's game, it supports 1080. Oh yeah, Diggerty Vibe says it's nice to see the vaporizer going again. No, I appreciate it. Actually, I gave a couple of the vaporizers away, one to one of my coworkers at work, because he drives me to work a lot. And I was like, hey man, instead of giving him some of my homegrown weed that usually never turns out very good. And I did grow a few pounds this year, haven't even tried it yet because I've been doing the sobriety for 3 months. But yeah, as soon as my birthday comes, I'm going to try some of my homegrown. Hopefully it's okay. And yeah, I gave him the vaporizer, and I was surprised. I thought he would just say that he likes it, but he uses the same vaporizer already, the Extreme Q. So I'm like, hey, if you use the same vaporizer, let me give you the mod for it. So I gave him the mod, and he actually talks about it every day, how much he actually likes it. So I'm like, holy shit. The more people that I keep giving some to, or maybe like have customer reviews, you never know, might actually become popular. So far I can't name the celebrities, but the company that I worked with to help make it gave it to a celebrity that's like really big in pop culture, and they started using it and they fucking loved it. So I was like, man, it would be neat if one day I could advertise that too. Be like, hey, it's used by this person. They highly recommend it. So yeah, who knows? Maybe in the future. I know like my life has always kind of been a disaster financially. So who knows? Not to jinx it, but maybe I'll turn things around one day. God, I should have invested in Bitcoin instead of Calypso land deeds. What is it? Calypso land deeds, I looked at it, they were fun, and I made a lot of friends in Entropia. So despite it not making hundreds of millions of dollars off Bitcoin, at least I had a good time. Right, so Diggerty Vibes got another comment. Pro marketing tip though. It's all about advantages, not features. It's why it's better than other things I could get. Yeah, Diggerty Vibe says, yeah, the micro soldering is a bit of a bitch, especially without practice and proper equipment. Who was it that actually pulled off the soldering? I'm trying to think. He's a famous YouTuber as well. Let me just bring it up for my history because I just watched it. He shows how to do it. And yeah, if you got a Dreamcast, yeah, that's the thing. If anyone didn't know, because of these mods becoming popular with Dreamcast, the actual original Dreamcast console is getting hard to find because people are buying them all up, doing the mods, and then reselling it on eBay for like big bucks. So if you can find a Dreamcast that hasn't been modded yet, yeah, that might be something to pick up. Oh, and they said too, just be careful when you get the Dreamcast to mod it, because it only works with the first edition ones. So it has to have like a little number 1 and the serial number underneath it. So yeah, so just keep that in mind as well. Alright, here it is. Oh yeah, it's Spawn Wave.
Are there.
Alright, hopefully I don't get a copyright strike for that. So Spawn Wave, he has a video called Building the Ultimate Dreamcast, and he shows how to do the soldering. And oh yeah, let me show a picture from it. See if we can find a picture of the soldering. That's how I was thinking. HDMI cord's nice, but usually I use up all the HDMI cord spots already.
Find out what's strong.
Oh, fuck. Went right to an ad. Alright, let's, I'll let the ad play over here, and then we'll show a picture of it. That's the thing. I already used up all the HDMI ports on my TV, so it's kind of nice to actually have something that hooks up via component, because I do got some extra component slots open. Alright, so there's a picture of what the soldering looks like for when it comes to changing it to HDMI. So there's some of the soldering there. Maybe it's not that micro, but dear God, it looks small to me. I'm used to like actual normal size wire, so that looks really challenging. But to someone who's got the right equipment, like you're saying, yeah, it's probably not that bad. Fuck, man, I love the retro community. I can't believe I might be able to get my Dreamcast going. If anyone's played Power Stone, that's a fucking epic game. Or if you tried, what is it, San Francisco Rush 2049, one of the best racing games ever made. So yeah, if you're ever into Dreamcasts, fuck, man, those are two of the best games. Who knows, maybe that Cobra Kai got Phantasy Star going. I forgot to check. If they got Phantasy Star servers going, man, that'd be tempting. Yeah, we'll check that next episode. I guess I kind of got to wrap up. We're at 2.5 hours. Alright, so yeah, thanks again everyone for staying tuned for the stream. Next step, oh yeah, what did we all summarize today? We summarized talking about the new changes to the game. What is it, the Unreal Engine 5. We actually confirmed that it does support the mobile and home consoles. That's fucking mind-blowing. Imagine Entropia on the home console. I don't know, I can't decide which is more epic, home consoles or mobile. Yeah, if anyone wants to put in the chat, what do you think would be more epic? If Entropia came to mobile or if it came to home consoles? I think that'd be a pretty close. I'd like to see it on consoles better, but I think business-wise, it's probably better if it came to mobile. Because yeah, that's shitloads of potential new customers. Alright, so yeah, and if anyone wants to help buy and sell my sweat, what else did we cover? Oh yeah, we covered the metaverse, and we covered some retro game stuff. I think that's about it of what we covered. Yeah, next episode what I'll do is I'll keep working on trying to get Entropia guest on, so we can talk about the changes to Entropia, if people are looking forward to it or not. And if anyone's got update info on the new space updates, let me know and I'll try to discuss that as well. Especially if someone wants to come on the show, we can do it either Skype or we can do it via the chat on Discord. Discord's actually got like this live microphone chat option too, and it works pretty good. The real issue is just me figuring it out. Alright, yeah, let's give a shout out to Raven Jade again. I know she talked about switching games, but she also had a big Hall of Fame in Entropia, so hopefully she's not gone from Entropia for good. I'll try to swing by her shop on Rocktropia and share the wealth and hopefully do some purchase of items that she's got for sale. Maybe I'll try my old trick where I buy items from sale for Raven Jade's shop in the Tangerine, and then I bring them to my shop and I increase the price and then they still sell. I know it's kind of a mean way to shop, but hey, whatever works, right? Sometimes in Entropia, you got to be a little bit cutthroat. And I think that helps everyone, right? Like Raven's happy, she made a sale. I'm sure the person who bought the item from my shop, they needed it, couldn't find it anywhere else. So yeah, they'll probably be happy as well. Let's summarize what items we got. Oh, we almost got a K sweat. That would have been fucking epic. Yeah, I want to get another 10K sweat. I could really use the money for selling. I want to get enough to do 1,000 ped Entropia crafting run again, and we got a long way to go. Oh, we got 23k roots. So hopefully when these fruit come up to 1,000, oh yeah, I can put 1,000 Burkite for sale in my shop. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, so if anyone needs items, these are the ones I got for sale. I'll have to go through all my items. Hopefully the game didn't take many away, because I was gone for a while and I was worried, fuck, did they take some of my items away? Let's hope not. I think we're okay with the items. I don't see too many it looks like they took away. Alright, so let's wrap up and go to the fire screen. Alright, if you happen to get any Vibram sweat in your vaporizer and it tastes sweaty and nasty, give the show a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, you can give the show a like and a share. Really appreciate it. Just make sure you never buy the products from my sponsor.
Because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone. Oh yeah, and
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the US, and Merry Christmas, but I'll see you before Christmas. I got my birthday show coming up on December 2nd. If anyone wants to hang out for my birthday, really appreciate it. Probably won't be doing anything in real life for it, and other than getting really drunk and vaporizing a lot of weed, and I won't do it excessively because it'll violate the YouTube terms. So yeah, I'll try to drink and vaporize in moderation. My neighbor actually gave me a pot brownie cake, like a giant cake that's made out of cannabis. So I'll have to eat some of that, and hopefully I don't overeat. All right, see you later, everyone. Bye again, and thanks everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate it. See you later. Later. Talk about a long-winded ending. Yeah, and I'll try to get some more Entropia content coming up soon. Hopefully it won't be until my birthday. Maybe we'll get another episode even before then. Oh yeah, and a big shout out to, who was it, Jim. So yeah, Jim, thanks a million for being a supporter on Patreon forever. Appreciate that. And I don't hold it against you for canceling. I know everyone's got to cancel sometimes. I'm going to go cancel Pat's right now, switch it over to the CU podcast. Alright, see you later. Bye.